And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 133. So I hope you guys had a great weekend as you enter into this brand new week. And happy Martin Luther King Day. And it is also Donald Trump's presidential inauguration today. So congratulations, Donald Trump, for becoming our president once again. Welcome back. And I hope you end up doing everything mostly that you had said you wanted to do, because as people know, 4 years is really not enough time to do everything. But all that matters is doing mostly all the most important stuff that he even talked about even today during his speech at the ceremony. And you know what's crazy is Kamala Harris was right there as he was talking about everything he wanted to do. And she's just sitting there like, damn, wow. It's just the look on her face of just defeat and sadness just made me feel happier. Anytime a woman is like sad, defeated, knows that they lost, I can only get so hard from that. I love it. Joe Biden sleeping literally as he's
I just liked when he started to sign the executive orders, and I'm pretty sure Biden was still there, but he's like, can you imagine Biden still doing this or even doing this? And it's like, dude, he's still roasting him.
Biden's just asking where the ice cream is.
Michelle Obama said, "Hey, I'm not going to be here," and people were like, "All right, cool." No one gives a fuck.
There's rumors that they're going through a divorce.
Really?
Well, yeah. He looked in the ass so many times.
He might be dating Jennifer Aniston or some shit. That's the rumor.
What? There's no way. That sounds like some Onion fucking bullshit article.
Yeah, the divorce part sounds right, but the Aniston stuff doesn't.
Jennifer Aniston taking BBC. Nah, there's no way. There's no way, man.
There's no way he'd leave.
If she was taking BBC, she'd be with what's her name?
Michelle,
his wife, Michelle. Yeah, Big Mike,
Michael Obama.
Yeah, there's no way he'd leave Big Mike for a woman.
Yeah, I blanked on her name, his name. I think I got so used to calling her Big Mike, like I just literally forgot her name.
But no, to this morning when I woke up, I saw like the first 15 minutes of it, the whole ceremony and whatever. I didn't see the performance from Carrie Underwood. They said something happened with like the sound or whatever.
Yeah, the music didn't play, and so she just went a cappella.
Really?
Yeah, she goes, y'all sing along with me, and she started singing. And
okay, based.
Yeah, she hit it out of the park.
Just owned it. Yeah, just fucking owned it.
Amazing. Man. And Snoop Dogg said he was going to perform at the inauguration too. And then there was a games journalist that said, oh, well, I guess he won't be at the Game Awards this year. It's like, you just kind of confirmed that what people were thinking about this shit, right? That it's an echo chamber. He even confirmed in a tweet later on, if you scroll down through his tweets, where he said the gaming industry is now mostly liberal. Well, it's like, yeah, we have eyes and ears. We can see this stuff. We knew that,
The funny part was Snoop Dogg said like a couple years ago, he's like, anybody that performs there for Trump is like some type of slur or whatever. And then it's like cut to 2 years later, he's performing. It's like, okay, dude.
Yeah, DJ last night at the ball.
I hope.
Yeah, right. It was at the inauguration ball or whatever it was that they had, pre-ball or whatever.
Yeah, I hope. Just like even MAGA Republicans or whatever, hope they don't always just accept people that go, I just love Trump right now. It's like, got to be a little bit more sensible about that. Snoop Dogg literally said, I do not like Donald Trump and I hate his supporters.
Yeah, I can post what he said if MSK wants to read it because he's the only one who can.
Sure, sir. Well, enough. I don't know if you can read with all the cock in your throat, but it's okay.
I can read it. I'll just do this. I'll just read it like this. They only know I'm white when I'm on camera, I swear.
Your voice doesn't give away at all.
Gosh, man.
But I'm gonna have to make an avatar with blackface on it. Just
do you guys think it's like serious when these people like turn? There was that one guy that was always on CNN, that fat Mexican dude. I forget his name all the time. And he's like now suddenly a Trump guy. And it's like these people have been bashing him for man, even before, because 2016 was the inauguration, so you have to run in the year before. So essentially for like the last almost decade, they've been bashing this guy, and now all of a sudden they're gonna make a turn. Yeah, I just don't believe that.
They have to, because he's in his last term. Nothing he does, I mean, he's pretty much untouchable now.
The funny thing is if they didn't cheat last time, Trump would be out of their hair for good.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you Trump has a lot more power this term than he would have had if he was elected 2 terms in a row.
You know, this is it. Like, they can't stop him from doing anything.
I shared what Snoop Dogg called any performers.
Oh my God. Jeez. Yeah.
I thought that was just your text message to MSK, dude. Jeez.
This is just my description of who MSK
Where?
is. Private chat.
Oh, that. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
He really said that? That's fucking
Yeah,
That's
he
what
said
Snoop
that.
Dogg said.
That's
He said
insane.
any black person performed to him is that.
There was more to. There was more before that. He said.
There's more. Oh, great. We just got
I think part of it though is that just things were so bad that people who were completely off the Trump train or never got on, they just hated the last 4 years so bad that they're like, you know what? Maybe it wasn't so bad before.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's really just because Snoop Dogg thought Trump was going to take his dope away.
He's not an intelligent person. I mean, the guy that made a song called Drop It Like It's Hot, I don't think is very
Let's also not forget, Snoop Dogg actually is guilty of murder.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, he's black. I don't expect nothing less from them. That's what I expect out of that kind.
I love how people say he's a great businessman, but if you look at like the businesses he started, I mean, it's mostly based on his name. Like
he gets big sponsorship deals. That's really all it is.
No. Like, didn't he start like an alcohol or something? But like
they all do, right?
Yeah, he's started a few things. He's started a few things. The man knows what to say to the right people, and he knows how to get the public on his side. That's you want to call it a great businessman, fine, but that's really all it is.
So I know people have been talking about the whole Goonergate situation. I just let people know this. I have a video that I myself am going to do about it. I just haven't had time to. I've been basically bookmarking all the tweets. I've been getting everything in order, just like I did with Mr. Beast and the Chris Tyson situation. It's like this thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's called
you gooning for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I wish. I'm basically putting all the pieces of Exodia together, you know, because here I'll say this just as a thing, not even just towards her. When someone is revealed to be a liar like that, you know, people go, well, you know, it's just different opinions. Different opinions does not just mean that when I find something out about you, it's like changes my perspective, my perspective of you. So like, if you agree and disagree with me on some things, that's fine. But if I discover that you've been basically bullshitting about half the things you've been saying, yeah, that's not really agree to disagree. Now I just know you're fake. That's a completely different thing. That's entirely different. So how am I supposed to believe anything you say if I know you're not actually saying the truth or what you think is the truth? I don't know. Like that's like I don't know. I generally don't keep people like that around me because I don't know if I can trust you. That's just really as much as it is, you know?
Well, a lot of those people, like when it comes to like video game take with the whole you know, the revealing outfits and shit like that. Like that stuff is, you can see a lot of the hypocrisy, but a lot of those people who are they'll straight up admit like, yeah, I used to be a leftist, and you know, over the years I've come around, and it's like, yeah, you get that part. So when people are trying to bring up some of that shit that she was saying before, that's when I'm like, okay, look, this has nothing to do with that crap. Like, that's the stuff that I don't like when you start going too far with it. It's like, okay, come on, man.
The problem here is that
keep it on subject.
She wanted to get rid of that, but like, yeah, I used to be that way, but I'm different now. She just has to say that, and then anything from her past is kind of null and void.
Yeah, because people were using the argument of like, well, people can change. That's the key, though. When someone changes, they so like I'll use Candace Owens, for example. I know a lot of people don't like her, but she did actually change from who she was before, mostly, versus where she is at now. That is a change. Like Ben Shapiro did not like Trump a lot when he first was running. Now he's kind of turned the heel a little bit. You can see changes in people by their own actions. So I'll use an example. She has this thing in her room called a ponchita. So that is a animal from the anime Chainsaw Man. I only watch episode 1 because it's fucking for losers. I don't watch loser animes like that. The main character of Chainsaw Man only wants to go after this girl because her boobs are big. That's it. And he wants to touch them. That's mostly his character, right? So I find it weird that a 40-year-old dried up egg divorced woman is about to tell me about gooning for women in video games when she herself likes Chainsaw Man, where a main character is only about fondling girls' boobs. You see how hypocritical that is? And she's telling you to not essentially lust after characters. And what are we? Why? This is why I don't listen to women. They're stupid. She didn't even know arguments people were making. So an argument that we could use that's not even just for her. She didn't even know what argument people even had for video games. That it wasn't about essentially kicking gay people out or lesbians. I always said the only thing that I'm ever really against is trans things, because I think that's just generally a mental illness. I don't think there's only two genders. So the trans stuff I am automatically against. People call me anti-trans. I don't care. I am not for that. If you're gay, lesbian, bi, whatever. That's like by the by. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, that means you don't hate me.
Because like trans stuff implies you're like literally chopping off your fucking. I'm good. I will not accept it for kids. Nope. That is, I draw the line at that, right? But if there is a gay character or a lesbian or whatever, where they're actually written very well into a story and they actually make sense and they, aren't just essentially just their sexuality, I'm fine with that. The reason why people always bring that up is because there's not a character like that. Like, how many fucking gay characters do you know in like media, like nowadays, from like let's say 2020 hours now, that
MSK,
are actually well written?
Darnell, Bob Loves Movies, Cyfax. There's 5 gay characters.
Really?
I mean, I just heard nothing but facts right there, but okay. No.
Yeah. Like the reason why people like hammer on gay characters being shoved in
Darnell
everything.
for being gay with all those kids. It's weird.
Sex with women is gay. Just pointing it out.
Yeah,
But
you're having sex with someone who likes dick. How gay can that be? Or how gay can you?
That's the thing. Is the reason why people harp on that. It's not because of just gay people. People know gay people exist, and I don't think they're even homophobic. It has nothing to do with that. Gay characters and lesbian characters are written like trash. All they're focused on is their sexuality. Hey, I just suck cock. That's just my personality. Do you not like that, you fucking bigot? Like, that's not interesting. I'm sorry.
As much as I disagree with your takes on a lot of things, that is spot on 100%.
But like, if there was ever good gay written characters, I'd be cool with it. But they're never that. It's never that. That's what people are mad at. People are mad at things getting shoved into their games that aren't even. It's not. That one lady said early today, I think God Empress, that lady, it's not authentic, or sorry, it's not organic and authentic. It's shoved in. That's what people are mad at. They're not mad just someone's gays in a fucking game.
Look,
I've literally not what people are mad at.
I have seen exactly 3 things with good gay characters in it.
It's
The
very few,
Birdcage,
right?
starring Robin Williams, Schitt's Creek, and Modern Family. That's it.
Fair enough, yeah.
Pretty much. That actually
Walter,
probably
I'm
sums
saying
it
he's
up.
trolling me. No, I'm saying I'm not taking advice from a bitch that literally contradicts herself just by the fucking things I can see in her room. It's, if you want to call shit gooner shit, Chainsaw Man is definitely that. He literally only wanted to fondle a chick's boobs. That's it. Yeah, it's really in depth, great storytelling right there.
Like to make like an
Really
interesting like gay comic book character or something, right? Or say you're doing a show, just have the character show up like he's stopping bank robberies, he's doing all the superhero stuff, and then at the end of the show, the last second he goes home into his house or apartment, whatever. He's like, "Hey, honey, I'm home," and then his husband comes out. So now you've established he's an awesome hero. You don't know he's gay the whole time. And then at the end, it's like, oh, and he happens to be gay. There
5 years ago,
you just do something simple like that.
5 years ago, that's imperfect. Now, that still feels like they're shoving it in your throat because of how much has been shoved in your throat.
Yeah.
That was great 5 years ago. And
I'm not trying to be mean here to people that are maybe potentially lesbian and gay. I like you. I got a problem with you unless you start touching kids. And then I got to blow your fucking head off.
I say Minecraft, but that's a lie.
In Minecraft, yes. Thank you. Whew, that save was great. I'm just saying, majority of people are straight, so majority of people want to see straight relationships. I'm sorry that if that hurts your feelings, well, go fuck yourself. Facts over feelings all day. That's objective reality. More people are straight than be choosing to suck dick or eat vagina.
There's a third type of person. People who don't care about relationships about that type of stuff in games.
There's straight people that don't care about that stuff either. They just like to be
don't give two shit. Don't need a relationship.
Like, you know how many TV shows that we watch? You know how many TV shows we watch throughout our life where we're like, man, why is this character pining over this bride? That's a straight guy saying that. It's like, bro, can we get to the plot? Can he stop trying to pine over this bitch that doesn't like him? Like, what are we doing here? We as straight
my criticism for every MSK show.
That's not true. I speak with
Specifically
the
when
logic.
Tiny's here.
Yeah. Who's that? I'll talk to her. I talked to Tiny. When did I talk to Tiny? Like last week or something like that. I talked like once. She submitted to me because all women submit to me. But it's a crazy thing that we have in this world. It's there are specific reasons why people are calling this stuff out. Like I'm sorry, as a straight guy, I like seeing some ass and some tits. I'm sorry.
I long for the day she beats her illness. She kicks his fucking door open and just beats his ass. He wears him out. Tiny, to you.
She can barely walk a straight line.
I just said I can't wait for the day she beats her illness and she's like kicks your door open and kicks your ass.
The day she beats her illness, I'll film myself jumping off a bridge and seeing if I gain superpowers if I hit the ground.
So she has a reason to actually be Tiny. What's your excuse, MSK?
Hey, hey! When she admitted that when we argue, it's kind of hot for her, and I said, sometimes when a girl fights back, it's a little cool. But most of the time, let's be honest, you're not arguing with an intellectual person. You're like, all right, this is just not fun.
I don't know why you're still implying that in his current state, MSK could beat Tiny.
What are you talking about? I'm like 8 times her size.
I know.
And like obviously down there too, I'm 9 inches as well, so she could handle me in bed either.
All right, that's a lie, but still.
What are you talking about?
She would still win.
You can times 0 by 8 all you want. It's still going to be 0, man.
So when are you going to be on my side, sir?
Literally never. I'm always even on the opposite side of the screen of you.
Good Lord. Walter, stop simping for Melanie. Stop it. Hit your hand. Stop it.
No,
good Lord.
I agree with him on that, man. I don't know her reasoning for liking the character, the plushie, or I don't have. Again, look at my name I'm using. I don't give a shit. But before people jump down someone's throat, maybe understand both sides before they go after.
She professes to be a Christian, talking about men lusting after women, and she watches a show that literally a guy lusts after a woman.
Well, hold up, MSK. I will say, Pochita is normie bait cute. Pochita is a normie bait thing, and that means a lot of normies who know nothing about Chainsaw Man are going to be upset with Pochita. Even people who don't watch Chainsaw Man will be upset with Pochita just because he's really cute.
I think he's cute too. Well, also Laura Croft is always for loser girls too. Girls, it's like that thing with girls when they try to be so fake. They're like, I'm a gamer. What game do you like? Oh, I like Animal Crossing. Shut the fuck up.
No, the reason Lara Croft is funny is because it literally violates her logic.
Girls, I'm a gamer. I play Candy Crush. Like, shut the fuck up.
Well, no. So, I mean, she at one point said that it's only a problem if characters are designed with for lustful intent. But the reason Lara Croft looks the way she does was explicitly to make teenage boys as horny as possible.
Yeah.
So Lara Croft is a character designed explicitly for sexual appeal, which is what she was saying was the problem.
Yeah, that's what I was arguing, which is like everything she does, everything I can see just goes against everything. Maybe she might be a Christian. I don't fucking know.
Growing up, I was wondering when girls' tits would turn into triangles, but that was just me.
That's crazy.
It has to be really cold for that to happen.
I got one opinion on this shit. A lot of people who claim to be Christian themselves are attacking this person who claims to be a Christian and judging and just being total assholes to her, and she's being assholes to them. But their religion or their belief system says not to do that. Yeah, both sides are stupid. Both sides are wrong. Shut the fuck up. Let's move on to another topic. I don't mean here now. I mean in on the internet.
Here's my thoughts on it, because as a Christian myself, at the end of the day, I have to believe God is judge. I don't want that job. I'm not going to judge her for what she says or does. Do I agree with all of her takes? No. Do I agree with some of her takes? Yes. I don't know her heart. I don't know anybody's heart. I just know what you tell me. And beyond that, I mean, yeah, we can look at people's actions and things like that.
That's all that matters.
I don't know this person enough or the situation enough to really make an educated stance on it. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I don't know enough about this. I can't make a judgment, and I don't want to make a judgment. That's not my place.
Look, I'm just gonna say, Melanie Mack, she's fine. I like her. I think she could cure me of any homosexual desires by using her special word. She's have to say it one time, say it slow, close to the mic, and I'm cured. Melanie, please. My DMs are open.
Okay, has she done that? Don't do that already.
Never directly to me.
Oh, okay.
That's what I need. But
Is she
the
getting a
problem with
divorce?
this,
It's just gonna be like ours.
she was
He
divorced a
already
while
has
ago.
being a no,
Divorced
never
now.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was divorced in the past. But
Yeah.
Okay.
my only issue is it's not an issue with her per se, but there's an issue with the hypocrisy she's showing, and then I have an issue with the actual perspective. It has nothing to do with her. It is a flaw that I see in the perspective she's arguing for.
Give me 10 minutes. I can get you hypocrisy on everyone who's bitching about her. So
Oh, I'm sure you can.
That's
But here's the
everywhere.
thing. Here's the thing. Everyone has skeletons, but why would you do things to deliberately cause people to drag them out?
And also,
Because
this is a
people-
person
because
that's
drama.
proclaiming to be a Christian. That's the different part. Someone
People
is
love
preaching to
drama.
you about morality while they themselves are not doing what they preach. It's all about actions. I don't claim to be a Christian, so if I'm not hypocrite, it doesn't matter. I'm not
That's
professing morality.
That's the hypocrite thing because she was profiting off of Stellar Blade. She's profiting off of Lara Croft, and she profits off of simps. Her entire brand is getting simps to watch her.
Can I ask you something, Marza?
Yep.
Any of her takes, has it affected your life in any way other than I disagree with her?
Currently, no, but there is
Okay,
always the
that's-
word. Remember,
That's my stance
15 years
on
ago,
people talking about this shit.
that is a very
Yeah.
reasonable stance.
I-
But
I- I
15
just
years
wanna
ago,
apply that-
that's how
Bob,
the left took over.
Bob,
that is
no,
how
no,
we let
no,
the woke
no,
take
no,
over.
No, that's totally that's apples and oranges.
How
Bob,
did
we
it
had a
close?
huge
What are you talking
conversation
about?
in our group chat today about this. I said, just leave these people alone. Ignore the fuck out of these people. They'll go away. If none of these big channels had shed a light on what she said, we wouldn't be talking about this.
Okay,
but
but
you could
leaving
use
it
that-
alone is how we got the woke.
No!
Is how we got woke stuff.
I just want to point out, using that, you can use that as logic for everything. I'm just going to say, then at any point, why not talk about anything then? Anything.
Okay, fair enough. Let me give you this one. I know a lot of people in the Rogues chat feel this way about, why do 8 cops show up to like one small incident with a small person? Why? Oh, that's too many. They're just escalating the situation. Look at it from this angle.
Mhm.
She's the person involved in the situation. The people making comments continuously showing attention on her, or more cops coming to the scene. More cops will just make more attention and just give her a bigger platform to stand on. Less people show up and say anything, the quicker she goes away.
Here's why I think that's wrong. I'm not disagreeing with you on your premises, Darnell. I think that it's just not applicable to this case.
It is.
So the first reason is she's calling for systemic change. She isn't asking for people to change what they do. She's asking for the corporations to make the change. She wants the corporations to censor the product, and I have an issue with that. The other thing is we aren't attacking her as a person. We are attacking her ideas. We aren't saying that she's a terrible person. She's a piece of shit. She's a bitch. We're not. There are some people who are saying this, yes, but most people are not saying that. We're saying this is the argument she has given us, and this is why that argument is wrong.
And here's what I understand. Here's where that doesn't apply. Is the internet. Any comment made is an attack on that person, even if it's not an attack on that person. That's how it's seen. That's how it's taken.
That'll be how you take it.
That's how.
Yeah, I
But
can
that's the
understand
internet.
that
That's the
point.
internet has caused that mentality to take control of people.
I can
But
understand that
how,
point.
how is attacking someone criticizing them? That's not an attack.
It's not. But most of these people saying stuff behind their screens will not say this to a person in public.
She's probably doing the same thing. That could go either way.
Here's the other thing,
Not
Darnell.
defending her at all. Not defending her at all.
We discussed this in the group chat. How you were basically afraid that by us covering it, we're going to draw significantly more people.
I'm not afraid of shit. I'm not afraid of anything.
Okay, not afraid, but you were saying that if we keep attacking, we're going to draw more people to her perspective.
Yes,
You said that.
it's making them more relevant, continuing to keep them at the top of the food chain in
But-
terms of eating our information.
Darnell, I hate
Let
you.
me-
Why you do this to me? Why you make me do this? Like
You
Martin said-
You
I'm-
fucking brought it up.
Hey,
You did bring it up.
I'm the top G. I have to dictate everything here. This is what I'll say because we have to just talk about the topics for some videos I can have for the week. Here's what
Top
this is what
G. Top
So
game.
make this
We got
into
it.
a video, MSK. This is a perfect
no,
video.
No, this would be terrible.
No, this would be a very good video.
I would say this, Bob. If himself, because he said you're religious, right? You're a Christian yourself. I'm
a Christian, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be the poster child for Christianity as well.
Right.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, though. If someone is preaching to you about things that you should do better with your life and how you should improve, they themselves should be doing it, because that itself right there is hypocritical. If you're not doing it yourself, why are you telling other people to do things that you yourself aren't doing? That's the line that I kind of draw. It's like,
Bro,
how do I
let me
That's in
Go ahead.
that's in politics. That's in sports. That's in entertainment. That's in video games. That's in
Yeah.
music. That's it. So even
And
saying,
you know what happens when that happens? We call it out.
no,
Here,
it gets
let me-
called out and then it gets fucking okay. It's old news. It's gone.
Yeah.
Let me explain just the reason why I think it's important to break down the argument, just so Darnell and the audience can understand where I'm coming from on this. In my opinion, there are two kinds
a
of
hot
criticisms.
So Blue-Eyed
Doing great,
Scorpio,
Blue-Eyed.
how's it going,
Hi,
man?
Scorpio.
There are two different ways that you can critique someone. There's one that is the attack of the argument and the attack of the person. Now, when we think of canceled, and what I'm sure Melanie Mack thinks is happening, is she thinks it's an attack on the person, but that's not the case. It is solely an attack on the argument. When you attack the person, or what is known as canceling, demanding to get out of shows, basically attacking them, trying to dissuade their argument without breaking it down, that kind of stuff. That's what draws new audiences, because you are proving that you yourself are hypocritical and baseless. When you attack the argument, you are substantiating why you believe they're wrong. And while sure that can lead to some people going to that can also lead to people realizing, hey, maybe she is full of crap here.
I get it. I really do get it. But here's where I am with this. If all these news, let's see if I can use this one. All these news stations cover Trump constantly. If they had stopped covering him, would he still have been on the top of everyone's mind constantly?
Probably, yeah.
Last 4 years? No. He wouldn't have been. He would
You
not
see,
have
but
been.
I don't think we're going to keep covering it forever. I think it's only been a week.
All right, but it's been a week and it's a dead horse that people are beating on. The only reason people are beating on it.
I just also want to point out that this was a self-inflicted wound she did herself. Everyone actually did forget about it.
Correct.
She herself made a video
Yeah,
pointing a foot
absolutely.
in her mouth.
It's been a week, but and look, as someone who has no stake in the game, it feels like 3 fucking weeks, and I'll like fuck it. I'm not going to check. I'm not going to check X because of this shit. Like it turns off the general normie person.
I do agree with that.
It's not even about her. I think the only thing that I vehemently disagree with full-heartedly is when people say we're canceling her. That's not true. Literally, not a single person said that she should be kicked off YouTube or Rumble. Not a single person.
No one's
said
advocating for her to be removed from shows. But let me explain this last thing to you, Darnell, because this is where I am and a lot of people are coming from. To us, this the kind of stuff that she's saying is an existential threat to our hobbies.
How?
That's the way, because basically,
what power does she have?
Right now, none. But she has this. Okay, but here's the thing: she has the potentiality to gain power.
I have the potential to go gun and mow down a fucking supermarket.
But you aren't threatening to do that right now. That's basically
what she's doing. Technically, your back is broken, and I don't think you can carry the guns.
Let me explain.
Right.
The woke started with no power. And then because nobody stood up to them because we wanted to be left alone, we didn't want to fight. We just let them cruise to power. And then by the time we started dealing with it, we were wiped out.
Not standing up no, don't say wiped out.
Yeah, wiped out was wrong. Wiped out was wrong. We were by the time that we stood up to them,
to catch up.
Proved too much power.
Look, not doing something about it and ignoring it are two different things. That I don't know if I did a good job explaining that. If something needs to be addressed, absolutely fucking deal with it. Shut it down, 100%. But once it's become a dead horse topic and everyone's just dogpiling on, like your channel doesn't mean shit to the other 350,000 channels that are dogpiling on. You want to do something good? Talk about a different topic and be the leader on that next topic.
But isn't that? But that's what always happens, though. That organically happens already,
Just ignore it. Get on the next topic. Be the first person. You may blow up to where you're the big fucking dog now.
Wait, I don't have a horse. I can't afford that shit.
And then I guess the one last thing. So the reason why she most recently blew up,
I wafer,
isn't because of us trying to beat the dead horse. It was when they tried to make the argument about the lack of satanic panic, which I'm not old enough to remember that, but my dad is, and he tells me about it. My dad tells me how they literally almost destroyed his family. Satanic Panic did. So we don't want to go back to that.
People like JDA coming out here and saying that it didn't exist. It's like, okay.
Like it absolutely exists. There's straight up movies about it, man.
Well, see what I think? And I'm saying, I'm not looking right now. I'm looking 5 years down the line.
Barza, look at Walter's comment.
I see it, and I agree. But I'm looking 5-10 years down the line. Because it wasn't an overnight thing.
Nothing. She will change nothing.
Right now.
I will point out.
She won't.
But this is the exact same slippery slope
that led.
This is the same slippery slope that led to wokeism rising.
I get where you're coming from, but dude, I have dealt with people like this for close to 45 years in my professional career. I dealt with people like this, and I deal with these people now in my personal life.
Mhm.
You do what you got to do to a certain point. After that, it's like, bro, I've done what I can. I'm not beating this dead horse. All you're doing is showing other people that they're getting to you, and you're proving that person right.
So, but I don't think
whether you're not or not.
My thing is the only way you are right slightly is because women themselves literally thrive off attention. That's women in general.
Because look, it is going to come to a point. She's going to continue doing this.
Oh, she will.
Let's say nobody. No, I know, but I'm saying there's going to get to a point where she's like done this so much that people are going to be sick of anything, even her own followers. And dogpiling is going to make it come faster, but ignoring it has a very good chance of making it come faster. Because if she's not being listened to, she's not relevant. I'm not saying blinders, let her fucking change the culture. You comparing her to our culture changing because we let the entire movement go is two totally different things, dude. This is one. You're saying she sees that strong as a culture? Because she's not.
I'm just pointing out that there have been a lot of, you say, games journalists and a lot of people that have been blaming content creators for games failing. So I just want to point out there's something there. I mean, women, all they need is attention. That's all they fucking care for. If they're not getting attention, they really do a bunch of drama shit just to get attention. I mean, is she not doing that right now? I don't know. I'm gonna just do the video on it, and then if anything else pops up after that, then I'm good to go. But I have to collect my Exodia pieces for that. So
she just doesn't have the power to change culture. She doesn't.
I agree. She doesn't. Look, at the end of the day, there's still the power of the person. If people are still buying everything the way that it is right now, they're not going to change it. That's just the
or
fact.
not buying it. Consider. Oh, I actually read something.
Look, the reason why we're seeing this culture shift in Hollywood, it's not just because of an election or whatnot. It's because people stopped buying a lot of the stuff that they were doing, and because of that, you started seeing companies say, "Well, maybe we need to start making some changes to some of this stuff." That's what it is.
By ignoring the shit, the good stuff's coming back.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I would say this. People like I used to use Charlie Kirk, for example. Charlie Kirk went out and talked to kids at college.
Sorry, Bob, I didn't mean to cut you off. Dude.
So did
you're good.
Vivek. So did that one bitch, that one lifelong Democrat lady that went out and was talking. Oh my God, I forgot her name.
Yeah, Bolbert.
Because a lot of people kept saying, well, how do we get the kids to come to our side? Well, you have to go talk to them. If you just like ignore what the Democrats and liberals are doing, they would still have the younger generation on their side. I'm just never of the mindset you should kind of just ignore stuff, because that doesn't really ever fix anything. That you're just putting your head in the sand and going, whatever happens, happens.
If I can provide a concrete example of what I'm talking about, I'm sure we're all familiar with Ethan Van Sciver, EVS, the Comicsgate the Comicsgate King.
You mean fat fuck?
Yeah, the frogget, the fat fuck, the pie eater, all those words.
Yeah.
Basically, he took control over the independent comics scene, did a lot of bullshit stuff to overthrow and basically stranglehold the market. And then when he played his hand and revealed himself to be an asshole, Mr. God, EV Ho. When he played his hand and revealed himself to be an asshole, basically for 1 week, a bunch of people covered him, made fun of him, and then delegated him to lolcow, and now nobody pays attention to him.
Bullshit,
dude. Bullshit. I got a bunch of empty boxes.
Everybody.
I got empty boxes around here somewhere. You know, one of them was supposed to have comics in it, you know, with an EVS, but you know, it's just been sitting there collecting dust.
EVS is make fun of him. They exclusively bully him.
People actually still talk about him till to this day. I'm just pointing out, but
look, Arza, go back in our fucking archive, dude. How many days the chat was just like
yes, but we're
controlled by
also EVS doing now.
We're not taking him seriously. We aren't listening to what he has to say. We're making fun of him.
But no. There is making fun, but I noped out for like 2 weeks one time because it was nothing but EVS like bitching. Oh, he thinks this and that, like for 2 weeks. Like holy fuck, this dude lives rent free in your heads. You say, oh yeah, Eric lives rent free in your heads. This guy lives in your heads.
Not necessarily.
Let it go.
No, I'm saying, but you could apply that logic to anything. So why even talk about anything then? At that point, why cover anything? You know? So, like, we'll use a recent example. Just last week, the Flash director, Andy Muschietti, who made that fucking terrible Flash movie. Why cover it then? If we're going to use that line of thinking. Because that
I will say this.
Nothing. You know,
Darnell is providing us
I-
the perfect
I
example
usually
of the
just
Gen
don't
X
care about the
mindset.
drama farming shit, man. I just don't care. Like, it doesn't interest me most of the time. Like, so even when people make videos about it, I simply don't watch those videos, even if I like that creator. I just don't. I'm like, I really don't give a shit.
Scroll, keep moving.
Exactly.
What you said, Ours? I didn't hear you, bud.
Oh, I said that you are basically giving us the perfect example of the Gen X mindset.
Which works.
Look,
It
I'm
works.
not saying that it doesn't
Stick to your
work.
guns and it'll work.
I'm just saying that a lot of us are kind of scared of the pendulum swinging too far because we are satisfied with what we got.
Hey, bro, it's gonna, but you know what? Be ready for it.
I'm just pointing out.
Be
I don't even
prepared,
think
Boy
a
Scouts.
pendulum.
Be prepared.
I don't even think a pendulum swung in like video games. I think it only swung politically with Trump winning, because I think a lot of people took a lot of small wins and are trying to make it as big as it might seem. There's only a small few wins there, but all that, like, the politic one matters more because that impacts a whole lot more lives. So I'll take that small win if that means everything.
I've seen V for Vendetta, and well, it's never going to happen. I don't want there to ever be a risk of us living in that world. Just saying,
happen.
It won't
There's
happen.
Never be a risk.
But I
Too
don't
many
want there
people
to
are
be
like
a
me,
chance.
and possibly a couple guys here have a room with things that will prevent that from happening. If they ever try to come and make it happen.
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I lost all mine in a river somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
true.
because of a
I
boating
went
accident.
fishing. I went fishing. Damn it. That's true.
I'm pretty sure yours are over there too, right? Like,
I forgot. Yeah. It's in
Yeah,
the Gulf of
you
Mexico
brought all
somewhere.
of yours out to boating accident, all three of you.
It
I
happens.
keep mine
It
over there
happens.
too.
Yeah.
Walter, I'm not saying that I think Melanie Mack explicitly
that
would
river's
cause the
gotten
amnesty train.
like
You did,
suspiciously larger.
No,
since
not
then,
her
but-
specifically. Her ideas.
But no one's gonna listen to ideas because they look at it like, man, this crazy bit. This goes back to my supermarket reference I made. If this person's on yelling in a supermarket with a bullhorn, crazy shit, people be like, that person's stupid. I'm not listening to this. I'm going shopping and get the fuck out of here.
Counterpoint.
It
It was only 1 to 3 people who caused the first Gamergate to happen that caused the industry shift to the far left gamer system.
I think we as the
It took
internet know
1
better
to
now.
3
than
people.
And it's only doing it
No
in
one's
the
gonna
Western gaming stuff
one's
though,
gonna
and
listen.
they're seeing the repercussions of it right now, man. Like,
No one's gonna listen.
There's a great example right here with Marvel Rivals, dude. This thing's killing it. They're projected to make $1 billion a year for a free game.
Yes.
Completely knocked it out.
I'm just saying. I think we should try to catch the pendulum before it goes too far.
No,
let
Let me give you a quick thought about the pendulum. So, again, I'm going to go back to the Christian example here. The churches that are not growing are the ones that are constantly preaching you're going to go to hell. Nobody wants to go every Sunday and find out and hear how they're going to go to hell. You can't do it over and over
or
and
hear
over.
that you're not being good
again.
enough to go to heaven.
It's not going to grow. And if you're constantly, like you were saying, out there with a bullhorn, you're going to go to hell for this, you're going to go to hell for that. It's just not going to catch. And I'm not, again, trying to judge Melanie Mack or anything like that because I don't know her. I don't want to make any sort of judgment. But when it comes to certain takes, I understand how a lot of people are responding to these takes because of the approach that she's taking on some of it. And because of that approach, I just don't think it's going to resonate with people the way that it is. The fact that she is getting the pushback that she's getting over an opinion that she's got, it had to do with the approach.
Well,
I'm not even judging whether her sincerity is there or not. I'm not going to make that a judgment on that. But I will say that the approach didn't seem to register with a lot of people. And there's a reason for that.
That's the reason why I always say no pushback.
Well, okay, here if I can say,
so they directly were like, "No, I don't want that." There was no way. Don't even apply that to Melanie. Look at people in your life. If someone is preaching morality to you and not even living by the own actions they're doing, that person is full of shit. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. It could be her. It could be anyone. And I'm actually glad enough people went, "Hey, no, I don't like that. Fuck your opinion." But then again, her own brain worked like, oh my God, they're trying to cancel me. Why disagree with me? You put an opinion on the internet, someone doesn't like, they disagree with you. That's how it works. But that doesn't mean that everyone is attacking you. Because that's
if I can say one thing to Bob's point. One of the things that I've noticed as a Gen Zer is I see a lot of Gen Zers' reaction to conservatives because there are a lot of us who are very disenfranchised by the left and want a place to go. And then the first thing they'll see is, say, Melanie Mack. if we do not send a unanimous message that the general right does not condone Melanie Mack, then they're going to see her and just assume that's what all
Fair
of us
enough,
think.
but
It's
Arza,
happened so many times.
fair enough. But a week into this, I promise you, enough of the conservatives have made it clear she
And that's
doesn't
what, I
speak for
don't think
us,
it's going to be a topic
and
in a
we
week.
don't need more people piling onto that. Let's move on to the next topic and stop being so dramatic. Stop.
Yeah,
so
what's
negative.
the next
I agree.
topic?
I agree that
Exactly.
it's time to move
This
on,
stuff
but I
really
think
doesn't
we're
interest
only
me.
now getting there.
But you're telling Vaughn to make a video. No,
That's because
don't
Vaughn wants to make a
encourage it.
video.
No,
If you
he
want,
asked,
I think
he asked, should I? And all I said was, I don't think it's
Do
if
it.
you. I don't think it's worth you this positive thing you've built. I don't think it's worth bringing negativity to that.
to me, if
Try and
someone asks,
cancel
should I
you?
make a video, that means
Not
they
worth
want to
it.
make the video either way.
No,
If it's a video you want to make, I think you should make it. If it's what you want to do, but if you don't want to do it, then you shouldn't be forced to.
It'll hurt his brand. He makes it. It'll hurt his brand for that comic, and that comic is fucking killing it.
You could also look at it like, what do you think your audience wants in terms of like you putting your honest opinions out there? I mean, people can avoid whatever they want to avoid. That doesn't automatically think, I mean, they're doing it for a malicious
You're not
reason.
condoning it. You're not letting it run rampant. You just
Yeah.
you don't want to fucking.
For
involve it in
me,
your life.
I'm doing it because I just want to do it. I did this for
It's
plenty of
your
other
thing.
people.
It's your
Well,
thing. Yeah.
the thing is, I did it for plenty of other people. All right, I'm already doing it right now. I just need to fucking on Twitter. I forgot back in the you could just start to bookmark things. Bookmark saved my life. I would retweet things so I could have them in order instead of just bookmarking them. So I have to go under people's fucking stuff and see them. But yeah, I don't know. It just depends. I always tend to just fight stuff back. That's just kind of like always been in my nature, you know. If I didn't ever fight, you would never see me here. You wouldn't see me be the president of the United States of America right now, you know. No, because I will say this: if it's someone you generally don't like, people, I don't think they would care as much if they're getting shitted on this hard, you know. If someone got shit on that hard, that's kind of like their fault. I'm not going out fucking on Twitter. That's if I went on Twitter and I said all black people should fucking be offed.
Whoa.
And people should rightfully so disagree with you, right? Yeah, I should expect that. I should expect people to have that pushback. And if they didn't, I'd be really fucking surprised, honestly. You know. Also, black people do a lot of the crime, so they kind of mostly deserve it in certain areas. But I'm just pointing out the fact that you say something really retarded, you're gonna get pushback.
You know, here's the thing. I will say one thing that based on what MSK said. One of the reasons why I want to break down the two Johns and Melanie's arguments is one of the things that they are advocating for is the actual criminalization of gay marriage. They want to make it illegal again. That is something that all three of them stand for. And as a bisexual guy, that is something that I do not stand for.
That directly affects
So that's
you.
the thing.
Understandable.
I all of their takes, in my opinion, not all, but the Gamergate take or Goonergate take is similarly bad, and I want all of it to be discredited.
Okay, so my thing, if I may judge us with her, I'll just use the John's argument. The John's argument is banning porn. Okay, so there are so not just even with Charlie Kirk and Officer Stan, people like that I watch a lot of the times. There's a Christian guy that I know that goes around to not just gay people, will ask them questions about Christianity. If someone is going to preach about all this stuff, why are you doing it on the internet? That has no. Do you know how many people could destroy your arguments on the internet if you're trying to preach them? Dude, there's so much stuff you can refute over. Why don't these people, if they care this much about Christianity, go and preach in the actual real world we live in right now? That is going to have way more impact than screeching about it on the internet. And I'll ask people this. It's not about them. How many religious people do you know that go to church that are not on the internet? I know most religious people I know are not on the internet.
In their 80s or 90s. Other than that, they're on the internet.
Yeah. Literally, the older generation, the people you probably went to church with your whole life are not on the internet. Most true religious people do not they don't know what's going on here at all because they're out in the real world trying to, let's say, convert someone to Christianity. You know, something that'll actually matter in the grand scheme of things and not just being like, hey, yeah, porn should be banned. Okay, so what about OnlyFans? Should that be banned too? But see, we should be actually banning like
porn is protected under free speech, you know, under the
First
Amendment. So that's gonna be pretty fucking hard to do.
yeah. Like, how about we talk about banning something that actually matters, not fucking, you know? And keep in mind, a lot of this starts over video games versus fiction. I'll be honest here, if some fucking loser is not able to separate reality from fiction, that's your problem. That has nothing to do with the video game. That's your problem. I mean, come on, like we're talking about like dudes jerking off to fucking women in video games. Who cares? I'd rather
Here's
do that.
I use
buy
this
OnlyFans.
joke on Friday Night Rogues. I'm gonna do it here. No one should be worried about people gooning while playing games. It is really hard to use a controller while doing this with your other hand.
Dude, you don't know Gen X very well. Don't tell us something's not
You guys are
possible.
weird.
Don't tell us something's not possible.
There's guys out there with setups that are super handicapped and they can play video games with just their mouth, man. So they can figure it out.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
But no, I will say a lot of the game stuff, it does go back a bit to porn. And first of all, it is a false comparison, and then also there are a lot of issues with trying to ban porn. While I agree that there are issues, and while I agree with Blue Eyed Scorpio on a lot of it, what are you saying here?
I'll be honest here.
Up, down,
I
left,
wouldn't
right,
care.
BA, that's it.
Hey,
Play
if
on
you
one
made-
hand.
have you guys ever made love to the homies?
Left, right, BA start or whatever.
If you guys ever made love to the homies know what you need, both physically and sexually.
You might need to explain that, MSK. You might be the one to I don't know, experience that the most. So
to steelman their position on getting rid of gay marriage, there is one perspective I will accept for that in the argument that marriage is a Christian union, and if their simple goal is Christian and then a legal union that is separate from marriage, that's a fine
They
argument.
want to fucking. I mean, outside of just gay marriage, I say abortion ban would matter way more if they were pushing for that. That really actually has been having damaging effects. I mean, we literally have less birth rates. Even report the numbers. Abortion was the #1 killer last year.
Killed more people than the Holocaust did.
Killed more people than black people did last year too. That's not good.
No, because most of it was done by black people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, good lord, man. Why you gotta be bringing up all the facts? But no,
abortion is the only time that white people commit the most violence against blacks.
All right, so we're gonna go into the Switch 2 trailer.
Because most of the babies are mixed.
Man, I just find it ironic. A place called Planned Parenthood does most of that stuff. It's like, it sounds like you weren't very planned out on this, but okay.
Doesn't sound like a lot of parenthood. Sounds like they should really rebrand them into literally ending parenthood. Good God,
You're
man.
back, MSK.
Or fine. After you come back, we'll just react to the trailer. So sorry, we're getting to the topics late. That's not even my full opinions on it. I could go in depth about a bunch of stuff, but I'm just pointing out, not just with her, not just with the Johns. There's been a massive pushback from a lot of people based off the way that people's long-standing franchises have been treated. You know, they do not like the stuff that they've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into being tampered with and completely shitted on. There's a big reason why people don't like that. It's all the reason why at Bob pointed earlier, stuff doesn't make money anymore. The movie theaters know they don't get enough money anymore. Why do people think they pivoted to streaming that hard? They pivoted to streaming that hard because they knew the movies they were making weren't that good. Their movies are flopping pretty hard. I mean, movies are flopping like every week. Didn't that one movie, Better Man, only make like $5 million opening weekend? That's bad. That's horrible.
From what I understand, it's actually a pretty good movie, but just nobody's watching it.
Yeah.
But,
No, I mean, it was a badly thought out idea as far as to the way it was marketed and released here. It didn't stand a chance. But I've heard the same thing. I've heard that
a lot of people probably have. Yeah, a lot of people probably actually know some of the guy's music, but a lot of Americans simply don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I saw a CGI.
But unless you heard some of his songs, you'd probably be like, "Oh, I've actually heard that song before." You just don't know it's him.
I saw a CGI. I saw a CGI monkey,
Robbie
and I was
Williams.
like, "Is this a Planet of the Apes sequel? Like the fuck?" It's how you know these people deserve to go out of business. Good lord, Paramount allegedly spent $25 million to secure the. Go out of business. Just stop. What are we doing here? $25 million on that?
I mean, to be fair, the guy is a big name in Europe, and I think Australia. And he was I know a lot of people here are like, "Oh, I don't fucking know, never heard of that guy." He was pretty decently big in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's easy to forget him though, but the guy did have a pretty big career and has been involved in a lot of shit.
That goes to show you that music rights cost a lot of money. $25 million on that alone? How did you fucking hell, Paramount? Jesus Christ. They spent so much money on making Transformer movies that they just won't spend money on anything. Holy shit, man. Oh, God. But yeah, when Arza gets back, we'll go over the Switch 2 trailer. So for anyone who is going to be listening on the replay, And if you want to skip to this part where we're going over the topics, Melanie Mack is trash and a hypocritical, stupid bitch and a dried up egg divorce whore. Outside of that, as my last thing on that, we have 3 topics tonight. Cyfax loves black women. He loves Shaniquas with no hair. Right, sir?
Dude, beautiful chicks are beautiful chicks, man. I don't care what color you are.
Yeah, exactly.
I just like good looking.
All you
women
white guys that like black women. I hate you. I hate all of you. What is wrong?
What is you a black woman? What do you want me to say?
Okay, you might be a little biased
Deny
there.
it, obviously. No.
No, okay, that's how you get stabbed. That's how she put sugar in your gas tank. Oh my goodness. You know, I like black girls that look like Rihanna, light skin, caramel skin tone. You know, not super black. You got some little white in you. So technically, you could be both if you really wanted to. I'm a white black man, so you know. I don't have.
I've only dated one. I've only dated one black chick. Most of my exes have all been either like Hispanic or white. Usually,
I've only noticed that with you guys.
That's just because that's who I grew up around mainly. Like my town was
beautiful,
mainly
man.
that.
White guys, like you guys, Mexican and white guys love black women. Black guys don't like black girls. That's crazy. We have the opposite way to look at them. I like it. It's fine. That even proves that their beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I like it.
Look, my ex-wife was white. I was dating a long-term Hispanic woman, and I'm engaged to a black woman. Beauty is beauty. You
did the Trinity. You had the chocolate, you had a taco, and you had some vanilla ice cream. I love it, man.
Yeah.
So which one tasted better, objectively speaking?
Would you call that a Neapolitan?
No. Moving on.
I ain't answered that.
Well, to be fair,
your favorite ice cream a Neapolitan? That's what we need to know.
I'd imagine the divorce one is probably the one you don't want to taste the most. But yeah, hey man,
and she's still the mother of my kids, so I don't have any problems with her.
Yeah, well, people factor in. You adopted kids too. When you talking about one-on-one.
Hey, I actually get along better with her now than I ever did when I was married to her, and it's because I'm not married to her anymore.
Actually, a lot of people I know that went through
that
are the same. They're just like, yeah, we get along better now because we only
right
have
as
to
I
see
left
each
my
other, like,
ex,
once every
we
2
actually
weeks.
had a. I'll say right as I left my ex, we had a better relationship. Friendship. Like when we were together, it was like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. You're a dirty fucking immigrant. You should get out of my country, kind of thing. But
was it easier to hold her hand while the other dudes were banging her? Is that what it was?
I hate you. No wonton soup. You never dated Asian women, Bob?
I've dated Asian women.
Sci-Fi's only dated
a couple Japanese.
Sci-Fi's only dated.
I don't guess and tell. We'll put it that way. So.
Oh my god! I thought you were fun. You're like a milf, dude. You're like already 40, man. Come on, dude. Have some fun.
There's a reason why black guys hate black women.
Goodbye.
It's called experience. They lived with them all their life.
I don't know. That's a weird. Maybe one day we'll do that video because Bob can't be here for that.
I won't be.
Is it wrong to date outside of your race? Someone actually did that for a video. I want to do that one day. That's the funniest shit ever. I'm just putting out right now. Anyone that advocates you date in your race is a racist. That's literally almost like what a racist people be saying. Oh, you should only date black women because it'll keep it in the family. It's like,
Tony Robinson is lying in the chat.
Hi, Tony. How you doing, man? How you doing, Garatina? Yeah, so after Darnell's kid goes out of the room, we'll go over to Switch 2. So
sorry about that.
You're okay, man. It's okay.
She can't hear you. So I made a hot
she can't hear you. He's on headphones, man. She can't hear it.
Yeah, but then again, I don't want to show her you guys. You guys are bad influences. Darnell, we cannot hear you even if you were talking.
He doesn't want a kid here than not here when the video starts.
Also, I don't want to put a kid in the video because that's like, people are weird on the internet.
Yeah, that is actually true. It could be.
All right, let's have some fun, boys. Hey everyone, I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the reveal of the Nintendo Switch 2. So if you guys don't know this about me, my background with Nintendo, essentially, I had an NES growing up, Duck Hunt, Super Mario Brothers. I love Super Mario Brothers 3. It was a great game as I played growing up. After that, I had a GameCube, which is amazing. Melee. Oh my God, the GameCube was just chef's kiss. Fucking great system. Also, I love the GameCube controller. One of the best controllers ever made, in my opinion. GameCube was a Fire system. I had a Wii, I liked it. I didn't like it as much as the GameCube, but I still liked it overall. I never actually owned a Wii U. My friend bought one, and we would play it together when I went over to his house to practice Smash 4, because that's when I was competing in Smash tournaments. I know that stuff sounds kind of wild out of context, but it's video game stuff. It's nothing gay. So I never actually owned a Wii U, but from
Smash is
what
gay.
from what I've heard, yeah, I mean, essentially, I ate someone's ass. What the fuck? Oh no,
dude, no.
Wait, we're still live. We're still live.
He'll jump back.
Keep it live. Keep it live.
One reset.
Good MSK.
Everyone gets one. Everyone gets one.
I mean,
He's gone. Wait, was supposed to be that guy.
You should just, I don't know, try editing.
All that
Are all the white
gay.
people blending into you, man? Like,
Yes, you do.
We all just look the same now.
That's not true.
I put too much booze in that. Good lord.
Okay, I only get one try.
No.
One chance to blow.
It's a fucking hot toddy. You're not going to get drunk off hot toddy.
That sounds like whatever. It doesn't matter. I want to just have sex with a bunch of women and then not think about you guys when I do it.
Sounds like a you problem, bud.
Is that just getting harder for you, like lately?
But no, MSK, hot toddies are not
God,
gay.
what's Cyphex gonna think about this shit?
You're fine. All right. I'm not even tackling that. You can have that for yourself.
He's with a black chick, man. They're gonna hate me when I tell them about this.
He's like, God damn, like banging black chicks makes me think all my wastes are racist white.
Oh shit! Banging black women fucking hell. Banging black women makes me think about 12 years of slavery. Wait. Oh wait, hold on. There's a black person outside playing loud music. All they do is have good. All right. Let's be serious, boys. Let's make some quality content.
Your cell phone, dude. What are you talking about?
It's Trump Day, and we are gonna have fun. Also, probably wearing this in a video probably give me a lot of hate comments. I don't care. Make America great again.
Yeah, you Oreo motherfucker.
Wow.
Okay. Next time, say it with your chest, man.
God.
Be SpongeBob.
Oh yeah.
They're sickening. I hate people.
I'm too sick to shave my chest.
He can't see. He got a cold. He can't say it with his chest.
Exactly.
So you get some vapes or whatever it's called, vapor rub.
You want to come rub it on me? You're more than welcome to, Cyphex.
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh man,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay. You guys are flaming homosexuals outside of Bob and me because we're insanely straight.
Darnell, bring over a couple candles and make it happen.
Candles, baby oil.
He'll put a wick in the Vicks vapor rub and pour it on you like hot wax.
Sade Mega Mix.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
Sade
you guys, I hate you. This is good lord. You bring white
put on
people
some
into
Marvin
your home.
Gaye and it's gonna happen, dude.
Good lord. Why are you guys so gay?
I'm introducing to In Vogue and Sade.
Let's talk about some gaming.
Lay you down.
MSK, we're putting the gay in gaming.
Bed of roses.
Oh God. Okay. Let's get them. Fucking hell. Fuck it. You guys are homos.
We just got a lot of good 80s music, man. Shut up.
I like 80s music. I like music from that back in the time. Killer Oldies is great. All right.
Yeah, I love all the oldies.
Dude. Yeah, Kazoo doesn't count, man.
Oh, Gray is 5
No,
years old.
no.
That's bait. He's been watching the whole time.
That's
bait.
Let's
run it black. Okay. All right. Let's
time to bring this conversation back.
Let me change my name real quick.
Gray just wants to put a little mustard on it, man.
Now, Gray, if you're actually asking, we just got done debating it.
We didn't debate it at all. It was like a one-sided slaughter.
No.
I fucking destroyed ours. It's fine.
You did not, but whatever. But we discussed
Darnell
it
made
for
some
almost
of the worst
minutes.
arguments ever, and I'm like, you know what? All right, this man's old and crazy.
I only remember what Darnell said. I didn't hear any of you fucking get.
All right.
So as much as it would suck, Poupe, just go back and rewatch. I know how much you hate to listen to us. Go back and rewatch, and you'll listen to the whole debate.
Yeah, when Darnell's not here later in the week, we'll
just don't. You'll
even
be fine.
more.
just don't. Just fucking don't worry about it.
Oh, good lord, man. Oh, okay. Hey everyone, I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the reveal of the Nintendo Switch 2. So for me, as far as Nintendo, I had an NES growing up. I had a GameCube, I had a Wii. I didn't have a Wii U. My friend had bought one during that time period because I was very heavily, competing in Super Smash Brothers, So I only played the Wii U when I was over at his house. I never owned one, actually. Heard people actually think it's a better console now compared to when it was released. After that, I ended up getting a Switch, and that's pretty much it. You guys know me about my Switch. I pretty much never really ever played it outside of just playing Smash Brothers Ultimate on it. I don't know why. I just never really played it as much. But I like the console.
There were a few games I had to delete it. I was kind of like, what?
All right. So Making Love Simulator, that's what I used to play. So outside of that, for me, I think the Nintendo makes obviously great games. They have a lot of great games we've played throughout our life, but the Nintendo Switch has been rumored and talked about for so long. I'll be honest here, because we're going to look at the trailer and watch it, obviously. Guys, I was just super underwhelmed. It looks no different than the Switch 1. The only thing that's good about it, I would say, is upgraded hardware. I hope it had upgraded hardware from the last time it fucking came out. And it's going to be backwards compatible. And there's a few things about it that are good. But should I really be hyped about it? I mean, it looks the same. I personally think Steam Decks are better, if you're asking me, if you look at them just objectively, But I'll ask you guys going to be buying some of your loved ones a Switch 2 when it drops later on this year?
No.
I'll probably buy myself a Switch 2. I mean, here's my Steam Deck.
Probably not.
Well, your loved ones or
Just
yourself.
because, one of the big things, the selling points with most Nintendo stuff is you have a bunch of people that you can play with, but some of their they need to fix their online stuff because their online sucks.
That's what.
So if you have a bunch of games that you want to play with, Smash Brothers, the Super Mario Kart, shit like that, and you kind of want to be playing with 4 to 8 people or whatever, but your online shit sucks. It's really hard to hey guys, you want to come over and just play games all the time? Not everyone does that anymore, especially as you get older. It gets even worse.
Here's what I'll say.
You need to fix your online stuff first.
I think that the one thing I'll say about Switch is, while it is an underwhelming console, it is the definitive family console, and it is the only one that you could justifiably argue might be better than PC, because it is the one that is perfect for families. It allows for your siblings to play together. It makes it really easy to set up different accounts. All your games are shared on the console. There are a lot of arguments to be made that the Switch is the best family console.
The only difference between that and the PS5 is you can't play 4 players, but it's so easy to put 4 people and their games on a PS5 now.
Well, then the other obvious thing, you can take it around with you too. There's plenty of times if I go on vacation, I take it with me, even if I don't end up playing it. It's
if a car has a TV in the back seat,
you're never going to read that book, but you bring it with you just in case.
If a car has a TV in the back seat, you can hook that up and the kids can play that in the back of the car.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing I will bring up for the Switch is that people actually didn't know this about the previous one before you look at the trailer and the new one. The Switch is one of the highest selling game consoles ever. It's only the one thing that's better than it, that sold better, is PlayStation 2. The Switch actually sold so well. And if you're looking at where Nintendo could go,
over 120 million units, isn't it?
That's insane.
It's something
to
crazy.
Think about.
Yeah,
also,
it's really high up there.
The point that you brought up earlier with their online server, I think they need to fix that too, because the point of actually giving them money for an online server is that they would actually use the money that they're getting in those subscriptions, because now you have to connect an account and you're paying for so to be fair, if you pay for a Switch or a Nintendo account for the online membership, it's $20 for a whole year. So it's not that much, but
damn, that's cheap.
Yeah, so
it's dirt cheap.
Yeah,
wow. My mom is paying for a family subscription for me, her, and I think 6 other families. So a family of 8 on the Switch. She's paying less than $60.
Yeah,
Jesus, that's good.
8 people online, and this comes with I think the first 2 expansions to the online. Because what they do is you get expansions that give you access to old consoles.
Yeah. So if you're paying this much money for a bunch of people to be giving them that amount, these servers should be fixed and there should be no lag in anything. But the Switch 2 actually got early revealed we saw some leaks for it, and Nintendo was not too happy about that.
You know, I'm kind of devastated by who did the
Yeah,
leaks because I
be
love
careful
them.
playing their stuff too, because Nintendo's famous for hitting people.
The company that caused the leaks is a company called Genki.
Wait,
I'm trying to
it's
find
not.
it.
I thought Nintendo's the one that dropped it. Isn't it Nintendo of America's account?
Well,
They
I'm not looking at
did,
the leaks. I'm
but
just
they
looking at
were.
the direct
It was
trailer.
dropped because of the leak.
Oh, okay,
So-
okay.
Yeah.
Where the hell is it? So
All right.
Genki is a company that does third-party stuff for Nintendo, and they actually sell the best capture card on the market. It's cheap, it's easy to use, it's the best capture card.
Oh,
So
I
it's-
almost
I'm-
backed that one on Kickstarter.
I did. It works excellent. I use it on my Switch.
Yes.
It's great. The only thing is now that because
How
they're
much is it?
basically,
I've been wanting to look into getting one.
I think the Kickstarter was 40. The new one is 60.
Well,
That's
I was
not
gonna
bad.
back
Which is
like
still
it was
cheap,
a
but-
$200 for all the devices.
Oh
Yeah,
I
wow.
want to back that one, but I didn't.
Well, this Shadowcast works and everything. Like I use it in my Blu-ray player, but I'm just worried that this is going to cause them to, lose their projects. I really like their stuff.
I also want to bring up before we play the trailer is the fact that with the Switch, you can stream off of it. I just hope that when you get the Switch 2, there's easier ways to stream off of it because you have to do what ours is say. You have to essentially get a capture card and all that bullshit. It's like with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series
built
X,
in.
it's built in, you just go. So I hope there's better features this time around. But here we go. Also, give me Smash. We on Smash 6 now. Holy fuck. That's crazy.
Wait, PS5 has a built-in one, so I could just stream with my PS5.
Yeah,
too?
Yes,
you can
yes,
just
you
stream
can.
from your PS5.
Oh.
Yeah.
I need to figure that one out then.
You press this button.
You press the button.
You press this button
That's
right
it?
here. It'll bring up the screen, and you can start streaming with the share button right here.
All right.
Hopefully
that
we
was
can do
easy
that
enough.
with the Switch 2. Because with the Switch 1, you got to get a capture card. You can only stream on one place. Good lord. All right.
Bigger screen is a plus.
Thicker is better.
Thicker is better because the Switch one's too thin.
Yes.
Yeah.
that's true.
USB-C still, so that's good.
It feels like super.
Oh, they have the
slim, like
audio jack
fragile.
still. That
Still an off
respect
jack, that
that
is
is even the
important.
audio jack still.
Wait,
That's
is
cool.
that a second USB-C port?
Ooh.
That is a second port. The kickstand is, of course, a great thing. Looks like it's got more vents and better vents. That's a great lowering on the kickstand. New controllers are bigger as well, so that's good.
Bigger is better.
I do like the more subtle coloration because most of them are too bright.
Like the shoulder buttons there.
Yeah. Basically getting rid of the need for the attachment, which is great. Showing us this drift early. Oh, the Joy-Cons are drifting.
I like that. That sliding up and off is a problem.
Yeah, my one of my tracks is broken, so it'll constantly pop the Joy-Con out when I don't want it to. And that's 24
know
player
that-
Mario Kart.
So we know they're going to be putting out Mario Kart. As
Oh
the
yeah,
first
I mean
game.
that's
That's-
guaranteed.
Get ready for Mario Kart 9. That'll be one of the highest selling games ever.
Ooh, I like that new docking station. That is
We
sweet.
got bigger. Yeah.
Yep. Because this is kind of boring.
24 player Mario Kart. Hell yeah.
Okay, so Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games, so they're still keeping physical. That's cool. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2.
That's kind of
Details will
stupid.
be shared on the Nintendo
Well,
website at a later date.
So the reason for that is because of certain things are designed to go with the Joy-Cons. So like there's a game that I have called Ring Fit. That game most likely will not be compatible.
Yeah,
it's a great
I'm familiar
workout
with that
game, but you have to slide the Joy-Con into this fitness ring that it's designed to just hold the Joy-Con.
Make a new
So-
ring then.
They'll have to make
We
a
need
new,
to make a new Eternal Darkness game. That game was the shit, man.
They would have to make a new Ring Fit. They'd have to remake the game. So the original game will not be compatible. It does kind of suck that it looks like old Joy-Cons won't be if they find a way to make old Joy-Cons compatible, that would be best, because a lot of people own multiple pairs.
I like what Walter said. The Switch U. That'd have been cool.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about too. Do you like the name Switch 2?
There's been a lot of arguments online over the name, but I think it's the best name to eliminate confusion.
You want to keep that familiarity with the previous one. Yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of the name, but I guess it makes kind of sense if you're trying to keep it cohesively together. So
they could have called it a Super Switch, like the thing your grandma used to tell you to go grab in the yard to beat your ass with.
Oh, like the Super Nintendo. That'd have been a play. That'd have been a play on nostalgia and the Super Nintendo.
Okay,
could have tied it in there.
I'll ask you guys this before we go into the next topic later on. How much will this thing cost? Because they're releasing around the holiday season.
$350 before tax. That's what
the most that I think I'd be willing to pay is $400. I don't think I'd be willing to go much higher than that.
Okay. Sci-Fax, what about you?
I would say about probably 400 is my guess for it. But I don't know. I'm more of a PlayStation player. Like there's not enough of those games. Like there's not enough stuff that comes out on Nintendo other than like there's their big name stuff like the whatever new Super Mario game and the different iterations of Mario games. That's about it on there. Don't get me wrong, they're fun. They're good games, but I don't think it's worth buying a whole new freaking console for every single time. So
this is what they need to do. They need to allow more of the bigger titles on PlayStation and Xbox to be on their title. Because I like what Darnell said a while ago when we were doing these kind of videos talking about gaming. This whole exclusivity thing needs to kind of stop for certain things. I get it. For Nintendo, you want to have your own stuff. But if you allow certain people to play other games they like on those other consoles on the Switch, they'll play. But will Nintendo do that? I don't know, honestly. That's the thing.
You've seen when they tried it with like Mortal Kombat, right? Like, because that looked awful on the Switch. Like, like the graphics were just garbage.
And you guys point out the hardware on the Switch just couldn't really support it. So, how strong do you guys think this console will be, though? Like, what generation of console do you think it's going to be at?
I do actually have both Mortal Kombats for the Switch because I love Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Despite the fact the games looked like shit, they did both run at 60 frames per second. And it didn't look horrendous on the small screen.
Yeah. Because people say it's going to be around having like PS4 level hardware. It's like, is that good enough for the Switch 2? Is that, I don't know. Is that the standard you want? I don't know.
PS4 still runs some pretty good games. Like,
they actually still release games for the PS4 too. That's crazy.
I thought to stop that.
They usually give you both. Like you can if you buy the PS5, they'll give you the PS4 and vice versa.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thing. Here's my thing with the capabilities. Limitations drive creativity. A lot of the best games were made because of limitations. Now Nintendo hasn't been holding up to that. Most of the recent Pokemon games look kind of bad. Looking at you, Scarlet and Violet, which I did play because I love Pokemon.
How dare you talk about my Pokemon? I love
2 packs right here that need to be opened.
Oh my God, Arza.
I love Pokemon. But Nintendo is the only one that really gets away scot-free with having the exclusives. So I think they'll be fine. Okay.
Bob, I don't know if you're into gaming at all, but how much do you think the Switch is going to cost?
He loves movies, not games, man. No.
Well, I could say this is I could say this is a real upgrade from my Sega Genesis.
Oh my God! Oh no!
I'm thinking about $400.
Dusting off the Game Genie and shit.
Yeah. You remember you had the code was like A B A B B B A.
Yeah. You have
up down, left right, B A start.
You don't remember
that's one right there.
With the NES, you had to blow on them games that they were bad. I would blow hard as fuck.
And it was proven it never worked. It
never worked. We were just retarded.
Okay, actually, it did work, but there were significantly safer ways to handle it.
No, Nintendo said it was people. It was a rumor, and it was never a valid rate to make the game work.
The reason why Nintendo didn't want you to do it,
I wasn't supposed to hit my TV, but that shit worked too.
That was said like 5 years ago.
No, I know, but the reason why is because it caused unnecessary moisture damage. The thing that was actually causing fixing was it was setting out, it was knocking dust out of the way, which could be done by simply removing and reinserting the game or slightly tapping it. It wasn't that
That never worked.
Nothing. It's that blowing was significantly.
Oh yeah,
it was
I
more
love
dangerous to
blowing.
the device.
So you're saying ours a blow? You're supposed to blow harder to get all the moisture out, right?
I have my 3DS in my backpack because I take it to class every day. I don't play it, but I have it.
Dude,
I still
man, with
blow
the
all my
old PlayStation
cartridges.
games, they convince people to use like toothpaste and bananas and shit to get the scratches off, and that shit would work. So
Yeah.
there's all sorts of
Yeah.
weird tricks.
Yeah, remember back in the day, you take your damaged game to a video game store and they would like clean it with like some alcohol or some shit, and they were like, "Yeah, it's fixed. Take it home. That shit still doesn't work." All the tricks back in the day. But all right, I'll ask you guys your final thoughts and opinions as we'll start with Darnell. You like what you see with the Switch 2?
I think we've peaked in terms of consoles. We don't need to have a new version of the same system 5 years later. If you're gonna come out with a new system, make it either call it, "Hey, look, the Switch Pro," or if you are make a massive change to it. Like you get the PS4, PS5 is massively different. PS5 for all these other models. To me, it's stupid, dude. Just make fucking games. Make the games. Make the systems work properly. Your next iteration, make a big change in the system. If you want to make another model, make another change. If you're just gonna, it's gonna be a little bit bigger, and you could do this. And
I told you that's what it was going to be. I told you that's exactly what it's going to be.
But don't call it Switch 2. Call it Switch Pro or something. Don't make us think like it's a whole nother system.
Yeah,
that's just how I feel.
It just looks like a larger version of the Switch. That's all it looked like to me.
Yeah, because I was going to bring that up before we go to Arza, which is people forget the Switch came out in 2017, 2025, so roughly about a good time to get a new system. But the Switch already has a thing called a Nintendo Switch OLED, which is literally a lot bigger, and it has more memory. Or you get a Switch Lite. So they already know they can do different variations of the Switch. So if you already bought a Nintendo Switch OLED, like I did a while ago, it's like, do I really need to get a Switch too? It's like, what does this one do that this one can't? It's like some minuscule bullshit. But yeah, Arza, go ahead. What about you? What is your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal?
I actually think that them calling it 2 is a necessary thing because the OLED and the Lite, while doing different things, do not have all that much different in terms of processing power. The Nintendo Switch 2, we have had massive jumps in processing strength, and both the fact that it's bigger and that it's newer means that it should have better processors in it. So, and then by calling the Switch 2, you make it really easy for a grandma to get her grandkid the Switch 2. Because using something like the Super Switch,
that price.
Grandma's on Social Security. I was pointing. Grandma's on Social Security checks on $900. If they spend $500 on a Switch, they might be homeless. Just putting it out there. You're gonna have a lot of homeless grandmas, Arza. Holy shit!
But then also,
but they're gonna be really entertained on the street with their new Switch 2, though. They'll have some sick games to play next to their pissed on fire hydrant.
In the sense that I think most consoles are obsolete because A, they cost too much, and B, their computers are not they're the same space generally as computers. The Nintendo Switch still offers enough utility and alternate use that it's justifiable to have that in every household, just about. Because most people who are in console, they just have a console, but people who are in Switch, they have Switch and something else. So I think it's smarter to keep the Switch as it is, as a primarily handheld device.
Sci-Fax, what about you?
Yeah, no, being able to, take it with you and stuff is a huge thing. Like I said, I have one, I barely ever use it, but it's like when I go on vacations and stuff, I still usually take it with me just for like a just in case, some shit could go wrong. It's like, oh, fuck, now I got to stay in because it's raining in Vegas or something and I can't go out to some shit or wherever the hell you're going. And it's like, it's convenient, but that's the biggest convenience about it. As far as this goes, I mean, I guess it'd be nice to play stuff faster. Maybe it'll be able to... They need to be able to have it run better with the internet stuff, though. Like to do online play. I think they need to fix that. The biggest thing. So,
yep,
that's about it, though.
Bob,
because I don't play it enough to justify buying a new one.
Bob ain't getting it. He's still on a Sega Genesis.
Yeah, exactly. My kids have a Switch and they enjoy it. I mean, they kind of like Sci-Fax said, when they're going on a trip or something like that, that's when it comes in real handy. There were times when they would come over and visit with me, they'd bring it over, and that way they didn't have to bring their whole system. They could just bring the Switch. So I mean, I think it looks cool, but based on what y'all are saying, it doesn't sound like there's a whole lot of differences. So I don't know if you can justify spending the money on it. But if they've improved some of those things, then why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they release exclusive games for it that are like only for this one, and there are some badass games, then maybe I could justify getting it. But just to get a new Mario Kart with a couple new levels in it, because they just sit there and give you all the old levels again, anyways, usually for some $20 package or some bullshit.
Yeah,
it's not enough for me to justify dropping $400 on something.
Or even if it's backwards compatible, right? So I will say this for my final thoughts. I don't know how much memory it's going to have because the Switch didn't have a lot of memory either. So you had to buy a SSD card to get more memory. So I hope this one's going to have more. Hopefully it should. It's backwards compatible. That's good. The name is, I think the name makes sense, but it's still kind of like, man, we had all this time to get something big and it's most of the same thing except added features. I would say make it easier to stream. Just please do that. And also fix the online service because that should be kind of jank sometimes when you go on that thing. So yeah, I think they just need to make
a PS5 and then a Switch 2. Like let's get them both.
A Switch 2X.
A Switch 2X.
Okay. Switch is gonna switch.
Yeah. Also keep in mind, guys, with the Switch 2 comes a lot of new sequels to your favorite Nintendo games. And doesn't matter. Since it's backwards compatible, you can play Smash Ultimate all you want now without having to wonder, like, damn, I got to get Smash 7 to unlock all the characters again. No, you can play your Smash 6 there. You can play your Mario Kart, anything there. I would just hope Nintendo gets a lot of the big AAA titles from Xbox and PlayStation so you can play on the Switch too. That'll be a bigger
rumor is Halo's coming. But also to counter you about MSK, you complained about the storage. Most Switch games are incredibly small storage-wise.
Yeah.
Like, most games are only around a gigabyte.
A gigabyte? A gigolo? Well, so thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. We're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. Wow. You guys suck ass.
Hey, for once, someone's agreeing with me in the chat.
So bad.
I'm gonna say I think Nintendo, and I know I'm in the minority here. I think Nintendo's
the fuck out of here.
They're missing a huge payday by not selling their games on Xbox's service and PlayStation.
Yeah.
I would buy a fuck ton of old NES games and SNES.
Oh yeah.
They just resold those games on the Switch instead of just requiring you to do an add-on.
Yeah.
Dude, like I'd play the fuck out of some Super Mario 64 on my PS5. That would be great.
I played Mario World constantly.
Do you know what they could do? They've been releasing those collections for video games. So they're doing it for Yu-Gi-Oh! They did it for Street Fighter. They're doing it for Marvel vs. Capcom. I have it over there. They should do that for older Mario games. Release them in a collection for all the best Mario games throughout the years and have them emulate basically.
I hope that pack is worth less than 50 cents, you bastard. No.
You son of a bitch.
What's the big deal with people like fighting for these boxes at like stores?
Don't reveal that last card. The one with the code on it. Do not reveal that. Because people will just steal that.
I don't care. I don't play it that.
Oh, you got a holo. That's cool.
They always come to holo. You're guaranteed a holo.
Okay. Oh, so basically,
where the fuck is my capture card? I can't find
the Pokemon didn't print enough for Scarlet and Violet. They essentially short printed it. So the supply ran out and there's a lot of demand, and it's Pokemon 151. So it's Kanto, so it's Charizard, Pikachu, all the classics. So
people are trying to like be a scalper.
Scalpers and adult collectors.
Yeah. Arzo, what are you doing? Why are you opening this stuff up?
I have 2 packs. My mom bought them for me.
Didn't they just drop a whole new set and people were going to Costco and they started to actually line up carts with like 10 boxes?
Fighting each other and stuff.
It's essentially a reprint of a set that already came out that they initially short printed. They didn't, but they should know the demand is there. Pokemon 151 is the biggest one.
I'm so done with Pokemon cards, like because I collected it when it first came out, so I had a full collection of first editions with the Charizard and everything. And my mom sold the whole thing for $500 a few years ago, and she just told me, and I was fucking pissed because I'm like, dude,
already on this
like she sells a lot of stuff on eBay, and I'm like, how did you not look up the price on any of these cards first? before you did this, because
If that
like
person
there
got
are
a
these cards in there
Charizard-
that are worth thousands. Oh yeah, I had a first edition Charizard in there.
If you had stuff from base Shadowless, your mom just kind of like
I had
I
all 151, and then I also had like the Mew card, the Mewtwo card from like the movie and shit. I had all
The Fossil Mew. Damn.
$500.
That's
And I was
crazy.
like,
Which
dude,
pissed
that
me
thing
off.
was probably worth like 70,000. You know.
I have a bunch of cards that were similar, and it looks like they all got stolen when we moved. It looks like all my collectibles went missing from our storage
I
locker.
had that happen to me last time. I moved.
Side facts, have
fucking
you
pissed.
debated on after that getting a new mom?
Oh, when I told her what she did, because she didn't understand. She's like, "Oh, I just needed money." I was like, "Mom, I would have gave you $500 to not sell that." Like,
You just told it yourself. Yeah. Like, what the
she's
fuck?
like, "Oh yeah, I was just cleaning out storage, and you haven't talked about it in forever." And I was like, "That's probably one of the dumbest things you've done in a long time."
And so like
So
Pokemon cards
she
take
feels
up a lot of
terrible about it to
space.
this day.
Good lord, man.
Dude, I just had a binder full. Like they were well preserved and everything.
Yep.
Everything was good. But
No,
nope,
trust me.
she got rid of
Get
all of them.
God, I
And
hate
it was all first edition. Like
Don't make-
it sucked, man.
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Are you guys ready for another?
capture card? I'm so concerned.
Like she sold probably a down payment on a house for $500.
Just
It
eight
was
down
so
payment.
stupid.
That shit could have paid your rent probably for like a good 2 months straight if you sold everything at least average price where it's at.
I'm just mad I wasn't the one who
Dude,
bought
my
it.
rent's cheap as fuck. So yeah.
Oh, your mom essentially like may just women. Nope, I'm not doing it. He's trying to bait me into talking bad about women again. It's not gonna happen. I just do it willingly.
You're my mom's old school biker, dude. She would whoop your ass. So don't do it. No.
No. We're just
Since
waiting
you
on
guys were asking
Tarzan.
about it. The capture card. This is how big it is. This is all there is to the capture card.
It's a USB plug-in, yeah.
Well, actually, it's an HDMI plug-in,
That's what I meant, yeah.
and then has a USB-C port on the other end, and there's just an associated app, and it works on anything with a USB-C plug-in.
All right. When was
Works
this
great.
published? All right, we're good and we're ready to go. Into my butthole for a
Rush hour?
great
Hold up,
warming-
before we go, I think I need to fuck somebody's wife.
Isn't that what MSK is here for?
Well, I was trying to be funny by making fun of MSK, but I guess it didn't land.
Well, it doesn't land when MSK does it. So,
Well, the idea of the joke was that it
Steal the
wasn't
joke.
MSK who
Steal
said
a
it.
good joke. Steal one of the good ones.
Whoa! Okay, I like how he made a bad joke and now everyone's turning it to insult me. That's crazy.
I'm saying shit. I'm being quiet.
I don't trust you. I know
I'm
you.
pretty sure
you're
that's in the
thinking it.
contract that you sent us to join the stream. Make
I
sure to
give you
turn
guys
everything
the
on
fat
me.
contract to be
See-
here. Everyone
see-
gets paid handsome money to be here.
The point of this joke was it was supposed to be subversive.
You haven't learned subverting expectations is not what people want anymore.
Yeah, and you also have to do it when they're not expecting it either.
Who the fuck was expecting it there?
Oh my god, I hate you. I can't stand him. This
I
guy's
mean,
out
the
here
only
choking
gay
on-
dude that's gonna cuck MSK is MSK. So come on.
and I'm insanely straight. I am as straight as a highway.
Sure.
Okay. So essentially, we are going to be black. You guys know that? Oh, speaking of one political thing, just one. So I know Trump, he banned the whole like that CCP1 app thing with the illegal immigrants. So people have been reporting, some have been misreporting it as it to be a legal thing. It's not legal. Okay. And the reason why we know it's not legal is because when JD Vance and Tim Walz had their debate, when JD Vance was talking about it specifically, they immediately cut his mic. You could tell it was definitely not a legal thing that he was supposed to be saying in front of like national television. Just pointing it out. You know, something's legal, you could talk about it freely, right? Pretty sure CBS is not biased at all and wouldn't cut someone's mic out, saying something that they wouldn't want to hear. Nah, never, you know?
They would never get away with their corporate overlords.
I missed the old panel. This is just white MAGA men. Yeah, so good, right? That sounds great. Problem with that?
Yeah, WZ, I thought
I
we
take
were boys,
half
dude.
offense
You turned on me,
as a
dude.
Hispanic man, I take half offense to that.
Old panel was not.
As a
good.
man who doesn't know his background,
As a Hispanic
Okay.
man, wouldn't you jump the full fence? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'm half white, so I only make it up half the fence. You know, so
Oh, okay.
well, he climbs
Well,
half, and they realize, oh, he's white, and they pull him over to the half.
If you're, so do you build it or jump over it? I forgot. Like,
Yes.
yes.
well, the white side needs the money to
So
build.
you
it,
contracted so as the white half of you contracted the fence to be built. The Mexican half
Himself.
still was jumping back and forth on it. Okay.
There we go.
He contracted himself to build it.
Yeah. It's like I need something to jump over immediately. Got a contractor's license and just did it himself.
WC, but dude, you turned on me, man. I thought
Look.
you liked me up here.
I'm not gonna lie, even though I'm not included in the list, that does sound like a better panel.
Yeah, I know like two of those people.
The old panel was Selena, Thor, Iron, Theo, Tiny, Chaz, and Society. This man is on crack. I swear this guy does drugs on the highest level to the point where his brain is so unbelievably fried there's just a cell there.
All right, somebody needs to go check on WZ because he just. Oh, never mind. I misunderstood that. I thought you said
Wait,
Thor
I
was
just-
MSK. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Is Thor a
Thor's
creator
Selena's-
or is that Selena's dog?
That's Selena's dog. He's
Okay.
valuing me at the level of Selena's dog.
Because I know there's some creators named Thor, so
Never seen that dog, but I agree.
Thor's cute.
He-
Makes
he-
marshmallow noises.
He eats action figures and jumps in tubs of bleach, though. So there's that.
That's Butters.
I thought Thor did but Thor ate an action figure. Butters jumped in the tub, right?
Thor ate an action.
That's what I had the surgery for.
Oh my god.
Thor ate one of Iron's action figures.
I did not know that's what the surgery was
Yes.
for.
Poor little guy. Oh no. He must be in pain.
He was
But
only
also
sick
kinda
because he ate
deserves it too.
Captain Marvel.
Oh my
No,
god.
it was stuck inside of him.
Oh,
Had to
what
go
a
get it
dumb
out.
dog. Thor, stop being stupid. You fucking idiot. Ugh, good lord, man. How
It sucks
does
for you.
how does a dog smell a toy and think it's food? What's wrong with them?
But dogs are weird, man.
Good lord. Butter tried offing himself. Thor tried eating a toy to kill himself. What is this thing? Good lord.
Butter's explanation seems pretty accurate right there. He had to sit there in MSK stream and he just jumped in a tub full of bleach to just wash his eyes out.
It's like, I can't live anymore.
I'm just pointing out. Me and Chaz did the Cloud9 podcast. He can't appear on other days. He's too busy with his new job. He can only do Sundays and Thursdays. That's the only time I can have him. And then randomly in the nighttime, sometimes when I have league stuff. Society, was he not on this week? Oh shit! I forgot to send the new link when I restarted the stream. Oops, my bad. Ugh. We had Cyfax here. He's essentially Society, except not black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tiny. She's certainly a woman of all time. Certainly.
Tiny's at the dentist. WZ.
Hopefully forever. So I don't know. Will I ever have her on again? I don't know. Probably maybe at some point. No, I'm lying my ass off. But Toasty. Nah, that just can't work. I tried a few times. She was good for one episode. And I was like, nah, I'll have her on as a guest every once in a while. Not a consistent member, but we'll do it every once in a while kind of person. No, it's just, hey, I'm honest. There's people that are.
I can't
consistent.
imagine why women don't want to be on this show. I mean, you're so welcoming to women.
Some people are only good for one night. Some people are good many nights. Just, oh God. I don't think she could handle having sex with me. That's just too much for her. I got 10 inches.
All right,
dude.
so Rush Hour 4.
Oh yeah, sorry. Topics. Speaking of crude humor in a franchise. Okay. Wow, I am.
Is it going to be the Love Hurts trailer with Timu Jackie Chan? Because that's fucking awful.
Oh God, you guys are just out of this world, insanely just people with a level of responsibility to make me happy. Thank you.
We are some of the people of all time. That's for sure.
Sir,
Hey,
People,
MSK is
definitely
only
people.
3/5 of a person of all time.
I'm white, so I don't claim you.
Women, and men.
Okay. Hey everyone, I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Rush Hour 4. So for those of you who don't know, I love the Rush Hour movies. Rush Hour movies are fun, hilarious, enjoyable, basically comedy films that you would even want to have forever, as far as like in terms of like, man, that's a movie where I can go to it, watch it, and have a good time. But given Rush Hour's style of humor, people always have kind of like considered the fact that could you ever have a Rush Hour 4, you know? So the last things that I had actually heard about Rush Hour 4 was when I had my previous YouTube channel where I covered this topic, where they actually announced it was going to be a thing. Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker were attached to the project, but the director had gotten into some trouble in Hollywood, I think, at some point, right? It was Brett Ratner, actually. So they had already had said they had someone attached to the product. But the thing with movies like Rush Hour, do you guys think it could come out now and people wouldn't go crazy? Because remember, those movies have a specific style of humor that a lot of people are soft as fuck these days, you know?
They could do it now, especially with the, all the changes that are going on in the political sphere and stuff like that. They could, now would be the time to do it, actually. It would be the smart idea.
Well,
I haven't seen Chris Tucker in a while. Did he like get fat or something? What happened? I never see him on anything. Like,
I've not seen him in a movie in a
I
while.
haven't seen that guy
honestly.
in years, man. But he's hilarious. Yeah,
at one point, Chris Tucker was the highest paid actor in Hollywood, also because of these movies as well. Like I think the third movie is weaker than the other two, but it's still enjoyable. It's still very funny. You know, it still has great memorable moments, especially the part where I remember he's going up to that old Asian guy and talk. No, not you, him. You're saying me, you. That's still always going to be funny.
Everybody's ass. Yeah.
Good God.
It seems like it has a case of the Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 amazing. 3, like Rush Hour 3, wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And when I watched 4 this past year, and dude, they captured the feel, the jokes, and they told the same types of stuff, jokes, same humor as the original movies. So it's possible.
Yeah. So I think the reason why Rush Hour 3 is a little bit weaker than the other two, it's not because of the humor or the joke. It's because of the villain. Like Juntao was a good villain for the first movie, and Ricky Tan was a good villain for the second movie. Kenji was not as good. It's crazy because that actor is actually really talented. I don't know what happened with that performance. Like, I just couldn't be convinced that they were adopted brothers. If you had made them like biological brothers, that would have made a lot more sense for the story. But, so people have been questioning, will this movie ever happen? Because they did announce it and confirm it a while ago, but we've heard just nothing about it since then. Hollywood greats Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker served up some side-splitting movie magic when they joined forces for the electrifying 1998 action comedy extravaganza Rush Hour, which follows Hong Kong Chief Inspector Lee as he heads to sunny Los Angeles to help his close friend hunt down the criminals responsible for kidnapping his young daughter, forcing the determined cop and skilled martial artist to partner up with the fast-talking LAPD detective James Carter. Okay, so he wasn't saving his daughter in Rush Hour 1. He was saving I forgot the character's name. He's saving that other guy's daughter. Just want to put out there. He's not saving his daughter in Rush Hour 1.
It was his goddaughter.
It was his goddaughter.
Man, I can't believe you guys are spoiling this movie for me.
Dude, shut up.
Okay, you know what's funny actually, Darnell?
You know what, Arza? You're a punk bitch, dude.
Here's Rush Hour right here.
You know why you won't get that? Because you haven't fucking watched the movies.
Here's the thing. This was actually the first tape I ever bought. Because
I haven't watched.
Well, it's unopened.
I was going to say, is the wrapping still on it?
So.
Yeah.
It is. You can see.
Okay, here's the thing. So I found out my VCR.
If only I ever learned how to open these, I would have watched them.
The only tape that was sold at that Goodwill. So I bought the VCR and this tape the same day. But I kind of don't want to open it because it's unopened.
Do
Did
this.
you take the VCR out of the box?
Oh, don't even do that. Buy a DVD. Get modern technology.
Just watch it online, man. I got
Okay,
plenty of
but I've
sites
yet to find a copy of Rush Hour that's only $1.59 on DVD.
Arza, for the
I can
life
send
for
it
the
to
love
you
of
for
God.
free, literally right now.
Either do that or buy modern technology. It's called a Blu-ray player. I'm pretty sure you
Hey,
own one.
You may have a friend who will have it
Of course.
available for you to watch by midnight. Okay, just saying.
Okay,
Well,
all
I'm
right.
sure.
So, the original blockbuster hit was a knockout with audiences grossing $244 million worldwide and garnering widespread praise for Chan and Tucker's winning chemistry and its thrilling action sequences. That's true. Yeah. Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan, great chemistry in the movie. Man, that's like your quintessential like buddy cop. When you kind of think about buddy cops, like you go Will Smith and Martin Lawrence is, another example.
Danny Glover,
right there.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Ultimately launching a sensational enduring franchise. Rush Hour 2 was released in 2001 and Rush Hour 3 in 2007. It was crazy. In 2007, you had a lot of the threes come out. Spider-Man 3, Shrek 3, and the threes just didn't hold up to the twos that were really good. I thought that was just weird. With both sequels following in their predecessors' footsteps and becoming commercial triumphs despite their mixed critical reception or response. A fourth installment has been discussed for years, with both leads expressing their intense interest in returning to the series. Yeah, they've always been like, sign me up. Whenever you get it going, I'll be in it. Though its production has not officially been greenlit yet. After dazzling audiences all across the world with their magnetic chemistry and side-splitting on-screen camaraderie in 1998, smash hit Rush Hour.
I'm sorry. I'm not letting that slide. What the fuck did you just say?
Camaraderie?
Yeah, try that again.
You guys are fucking with me.
Camaraderie.
Did I say camaraderie?
No, you most
camaraderie.
really did not.
Which is some
I
type of
have-
blend of English and Spanish. But
I have to make it interesting for the viewers. When they hear this back, they're going to be laughing their asses off. But nevertheless, in the 1998 smash hit Rush Hour and its rip-roaring subsequent sequels, both Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker are ready to go on another butt-kicking adventure together in a brand new installment. Talks for a fourth follow-up film quickly began to swirl after the massive blockbuster success of 2007's Rush Hour 3, which grossed over $258 million, with Chan and Tucker both eager to reprise their respective roles as the crime-fighting police detectives Lee and James Carter. Throughout the years, the leading men have expressed their desire to continue the fan-favorite franchise, and in 2015, the dynamic duo even met up to have dinner and discuss Rush Hour 4 together in person. 3 years later, Tucker confirmed the production of the sequel on the ESPN podcast, The Plug. That is just not the best name to have for a podcast. The Plug? Really? Really? Crazy. The only plug I know is Lena the Plug. That's because she's a fucking porn star, but nevertheless.
How did I know you were going there? That's why I was laughing, because I knew you were going there.
I'm just saying, man, we thought the same things. Great minds think alike. That's all I'm saying.
Jeez.
It's happening. This is going to be the rush of all rushes. Jackie is ready, and we want to do this so that people don't ever forget it. After new development stalled once again in the ensuing years, Chan finally gave fans something to get excited about in December 2022 while attending the Red Sea Film Festival, once again revealing that Rush Hour 4 was in the works and that he was even meeting with the director, who has yet to be revealed, to discuss the script. We're talking about part 4 right now, despite the studio keeping mum on the long-awaited follow-up. The fact that both stars are ready and willing to return bodes well for the fate of the sequel. Yeah, that was the last time I had heard anything about it too. So they said they had a director. It's like, oh shit, who you got? So, though nothing has been officially announced regarding production of Rush Hour 4 and Chan and Tucker's involvement, one person that likely won't be returning to the franchise is series director Brett Ratner. The controversial filmmaker's last project was the 2014 action adventure Hercules featuring Dwayne Johnson. Oh, I remember when that came out. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, Dwayne Johnson was Hercules. Holy shit. And in 2017, he was accused by multiple women, including Olivia Munn and Natasha Henstridge, of harassment and sexual misconduct, effectively derailing his once illustrious career. Ratner has denied the allegations, but was dropped by his agency. Yeah, that was really big during the whole like Me Too movement. Also, at the same time, fucking Morgan Freeman called the girl beautiful. It was canceled because of that. That's when you know shit's gone a little bit too far. It's like, okay, you guys are not being harassed at all. You're just fucking losers. In August 2024, The Hollywood Reporter revealed that in order for Rush Hour 4 to finally come to fruition, the film would need to lock down both domestic and international distribution partners after Warner's New Line Cinema division allowed the sequel to be licensed elsewhere. Because as you guys know, Warner Brothers is going through a lot of money problems, as they always have. So never. Lionsgate executives.
They're only like a cool 40 million in debt or 40 billion.
Yeah,
in
try
debt,
billion.
It's just a small amount, guys. It's not a big
small amount of money. You can pay it off with your piggy bank. Lionsgate executives have been Lionsgate. Another poor fucking company than Warner Brothers. Crazy. Lionsgate executives had been interested in greenlighting the project and listened to a potential pitch in July 2024, though it is alleged that franchise filmmaker Ratner would potentially return as director and producer, thus sending a monkey wrench in the action comedy's development once again. No other updates regarding directors and studios have been announced. Since there has yet to be a formal announcement on Rush Hour 4, plot and potential cast details are not currently available. But it is a safe bet that the setting for the buzzed about sequel will likely be in a foreign country. I mean, the last two sequels were essentially in foreign countries too, for the most part of the movie. The original box office sensation featured Chan's Chief Inspector Lee as a fish out of water as he travels to sunny Los Angeles to help his friend find his kidnapped daughter, while Rush Hour 2 flips the script and has Tucker James Carter trying to navigate the streets of Hong Kong. Oh yeah, Rush Hour 1, 2, 3, man, fucking classic.
About that though, you had Chan come to LA where Chris Tucker had jurisdiction. In part 2, you had Tucker go to LA, wherever.
Yeah, it was two. They flipped the script on the fish out of water story.
Man,
right,
ruined. Why would I watch it?
The point I'm getting at is both characters had actual legal jurisdiction when the movie was taking place. The third, when they went to Paris, unless they work for the Interpol, they have zero jurisdiction and would have been arrested immediately for the shit they did, which to me was like took me out of the movie.
Yeah, I also think the villains were not as strong. Like they tried to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So like that lady, the Japanese lady, or the Chinese one that was a villain of Rush Hour 2, they try to mimic that with that other lady in Rush Hour 3. I was like, she's just not as good as the other lady is. She doesn't even speak English, you know? Also, if you guys don't know, that lady that spoke Japanese or Chinese or whatever, because they all rap the same, they're all spitting bars to each other. She actually could not speak English, so whenever Chris Tucker was doing things, she would just laugh uncontrollably hard. She didn't know what the fuck it was doing. That's holy shit. Rush Hour 3 saw both of the zany and trouble-prone detectives out of their respective comfort zones as they headed to Paris, France, to solve a mystery surrounding the Chinese triads. That probably wouldn't work as a concept now because China has a little bit more influence than they did back in the day. In 2007, shortly after the release of the third installment, producer Arthur.
I don't think France has a Chinese problem right now. It's much different, but
yeah.
Most of the Muslims. Okay, all right. Shared that he wanted the fourth film to take place in Moscow, a setting they could still possibly embrace 18 years later, but it's unlikely in the light of the current political climate and ongoing disputes.
Sorry,
with so much time in between Rush Hour 3 and 4, the latest sequel could see Carter and Lee as family men who are faced with a personal event or setback that has them reuniting for an important mission. A new and unique angle that would breathe some new life back into the enduring series. Regarding of where they go, who they share the screen with, or who directs the film, fans know that both Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker will bring their A games and serve up plenty of wacky hijinks, gravity-defying stunts, and their signature wholesome and hilarious friendship that has spanned over 25 years. So, also, keep those bloopers. Man, the best part about watching Rush Hour movies was the bloopers after the movie played. Oh my god, that shit was hilarious. The part where
that was also just a staple of like Jackie Chan movies in general. Like I remember watching Rumble in the Bronx and stuff. Like they had all the outtakes of him doing all the crazy stunts and like that. Like they did the last movie they did something like that in was a Fall Guy. Like so, Fall Guy had which was cool. I was like, hey, it shows all the crazy behind the scenes stuff, and it's like they need to bring stuff like that back. Yeah.
The bloopers.
They did it in the Shanghai movies as well.
Yeah,
in Rush Hour 2. At the end of it, when he kicked Ricky Tan out of the window, he's like, damn, he gonna be in Rush Hour 3. What?
Yeah. That was awesome.
God, man, those movies look even. I would say it's for Rush Hour because I know a lot of people didn't maybe just watch it on back when we used to watch TV. Watch the deleted scenes too. The deleted scenes are also fucking funny as well. There was one they took out of Rush Hour 2, but it would have made it better or worse. It was the part where Chris Tucker's character. It's the part where Chris Tucker's character actually interacts with one of the other smaller villains in Rush Hour 2. It's honestly a really good scene. And I thought they should have done in the movie, but the part where they're capturing Rush Hour 2 and then Lee and Chris Tucker's character, he's like, what are they going to do to us, Lee? They're going to cut off egg rolls. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. But yeah, we'll start with you guys' closing thoughts and opinions on this. Darnell, what about you, man?
I want to see Rush Hour 4, Rush Hour Nights, and bring in Owen Wilson and have a Shanghai Nights crossover. That'd be awesome.
Pretty damn funny.
No, seriously though, that would be.
You think it'll ever happen though for Rush Hour 4?
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen because Jackie Chan's 2 different characters in those movies. I think, and 2 different time eras. I think it's possible. It could very well happen. And it'd be a good movie because, again, going back to Beverly Hills Cop 4, I liked it. It had the feel of the first movie. Yeah, it brought back everybody who was still alive, which was good. Mm-hmm. And they had a couple of woke elements in it, but it wasn't enough to even be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
It was balanced by all the crude humor.
I mean, we even got Bad Boys 4. Oh, sorry, not Bad Boys 4. We got Bad Boys 3, 20 years after the other one it came out or some shit like that. And we just got Bad Boys 4, literally last year.
Yeah.
It was last summer, yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, 2 black guys getting along.
It could be a good one.
That doesn't happen.
I forgot. Arza hasn't watched these, so he. Good lord. I just have to go to Cyfax.
What's your take on this?
No. Well, I do actually have a take, and it goes back to what MSK said at the very beginning about.
So you use a knife to remove the film from the film, and then you put it into your VCR.
I understand how that works.
Hit
yes,
play.
Thank you. My VCR doesn't actually make you hit play; it auto starts, so get fucked.
Oh, high class!
That's awesome.
Damn.
I gotta get one of those.
Yeah, you got to get one of those, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Just remember to hit rewind when you're done.
Sega Genesis. So.
Remember to hit rewind when you're done, so you can
I have an
rewatch
individual
it again
rewinder, Cyfax. It looks like a race car. It's really cool. But no,
that doesn't surprise me.
It was like $30 because for some reason rewinders are really expensive.
That's why you don't get technology from the fucking 70s. But whatever. Keep going.
I digress. MSK said that he doesn't think a modern day Rush Hour would bode very well in Hollywood. I mean, he didn't use those big of words, but in my opinion, I think that the certain people would freak out. The people who don't matter would freak out. The people who would matter, aka the audience, would absolutely appreciate another Rush Hour if it was actually funny, even if it was really raunchy or by today's sensibilities offensive. So I think they might avoid those kind of things because they're afraid of the cancel pigs. But if they really actually delved into what the audience likes, real humor, then they would be greatly rewarded for it. And I think it's time we get good comedy back.
Yeah. When it finally ever does come out, if it does, it could be the movie that brings back that comedy that we all know and love from the movies that we used to watch. But Cyfax, what about you?
Yeah, no, this would be the time to do it. Like with all those changes going on. I mean, Trump even announced what is this, like Sylvester Stallone and a couple other people who are. I have no idea what their job actually is to go into Hollywood. He's like, you're going to be the ambassador to Hollywood and some whatever the hell that means. Maybe that could hopefully bring back stuff like comedies because we need some good comedies again. Because most comedies right now really suck. They're usually pretty goddamn terrible. And something like this would be great. Like bring back people we already know and love. And however you feel about the third movie, most people still just like all of them as a trilogy so far. If you can do it, and this would be the time to bring them back, man. And it could be pretty damn funny. And there's so many great things that they could be making fun of right now. That all it's going to take is for one of these studios to be like, go ahead and let's greenlight this shit and just greenlight all this offensive shit that we already know is funny. Like it's just funny to even bullshit about online with just a couple random people.
Yeah.
Bring that to the masses and it'll do really well. Just do it. Just fucking do it.
Hell yeah. Bob, what about you? Think Rush Hour 4 will ever happen?
I do think it's a possibility because you mentioned the changes going on. You've got comedians willing to take risks again. They're actually
Even SNL did it.
they're actually telling jokes that they wouldn't have told 5 years ago. They're actually feeling safe to come out and actually comment on things that they wouldn't have 5 years ago. So you see them taking risks again, and some of them have actually said, censorship's a bad thing and whatnot. So you see them actually speaking out against it and actually pushing back. And so I do think that you could do this type of a comedy again, because I think you've got the comedian's right to want to do something like this. And Jackie Chan, I mean, I could see him being down to do this again. From my understanding, he had a good time doing these movies, so why wouldn't he do it again? So I think it's a possibility, and I do think there's an audience for it. As long as there's an audience for it and they want to do it, they'll find a way to make it happen. So
yeah,
it could be really good.
Yeah, and as you guys know, for me, I love these movies. Despite the third one not being as good as the first two, I still like it for what it is. It has its issues, but it still has a Rush Hour.
I like the third Rush Hour better than I liked the third Beverly Hills Cop. I can say that.
So I hope that whenever we get a fourth one, they kind of capture the magic that they have of the previous movies, pretty much of the first two. I would say to hit home with that. And hey, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, they always talk about doing it. So, they're passionate about doing it. It's just, I'm pretty sure at this point, it's just like the studios are halting it because they're scared of online backlash. I think that would be the perfect movie to come out whenever it does, to have that humor come back, and then and to see the resonation that would happen with it. Because if enough people go back and see those kind of movies, if that movie ever drops and the audience goes to see it and it makes a lot of money, they're going to make movies like that again. But the problem is the people who make the movies, are they going to be, oh my God, he said a joke I wasn't comfortable with. Oh, he hurt my feelings. Oh my God, he's talking about marginalized people. It's like, no, you just need one movie to prove that these people don't matter. And this one could be the one, if it ever comes out. That's the thing, So when was the last good comedy movie? For me personally, I watched Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard 2, and that shit was funny as hell. So I will say that. Movie's insanely hilarious. Ryan Reynolds that's the one movie I will tolerate him being him, because it made perfect sense why he would be that stupid in that movie. But for me, yeah, sign me up for a Rush Hour 4. And if you guys ever see me date an Asian woman, I'll rap just as good as her. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. We're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace.
The last good comedy was Honor Among Thieves.
I saw that. I was trying not to laugh while he was doing his outro.
Lord.
I did not like that movie, but yeah.
I don't know. I thought Madam Web was pretty funny. So
my parents went and saw Honor Among Thieves 5 times.
Look, if you like D&D, it is a D&D accurate movie.
It is the best D&D movie ever. Like, it is perfect to D&D.
It's not hard to beat a number one D&D movie though. You don't have much competition.
Give me one moment.
They're all the old ones. Could have been that good.
I hate to do this, gentlemen, but I got to drop off.
That's fine.
I got to finish up a report for tomorrow for work. So,
all right, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Good on you.
Oh, do you want to plug anything?
No, just come check out the channel. My channel Was It Good? And you can find it at Bob Loves Movies on YouTube. Yep. And my secondary channel, Dad's Turn to Talk. Again, it's just easier to search it all one word. So.
Hell yeah, man.
Catch Flight Risk this week.
What's that?
You going to catch Flight Risk?
Yeah,
this week?
I'm planning to go Thursday for that, and I'm looking forward to that one. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah, man. We'll see you next week, man. Good night. See you later, dude. Have a good night, man.
I mean, MSK, you have already done 3 topics.
Did we? No, I'll cut that Melanie Mac one.
Why not? It was a really good debate, I think.
Oh, good Lord.
I think it deserves its own episode for that, and I'm planning on doing something or trying to do something to bring all of y'all who are against me in that chat in and to have a conversation about that.
Hey, you're going to support that many people.
Huh?
StreamYards doesn't support that many people.
There's only 3, y'all.
4.
I just want to bring up when I get my Exodia pieces together, all of you will fail. But no, this is one that I know Sci-Fax would like a lot. I have to go down and scroll it through my Twitter bookmarks because it's actually a pretty fun read so far. Just give me one moment. I have to find it. You guys just entertain me with your conversation.
Okay.
So, Arzo, what movies have you not seen that people constantly tell you to see? Like,
Okay,
because it
look
sounds
up.
like you haven't seen fucking anything the way that
Wait,
everybody talks. But
I'm
I'm sure
gonna
you've
save
had
you
to have seen
time.
a couple.
I'm gonna save you time. Go look up movies released from 1900 to 2025, and about 99% of that list.
Look, I have missed.
So it's like,
I've seen a bunch of movies,
just
and
look
I've
up a
missed
list
a bunch
like
of
top
movies.
100 movies of all times, and he's seen one of them.
Yes, I've seen more. But
You watched Blazing Saddles the other night.
I did, and I'm gonna
How do
say
you like
it was worse than Men in Tights. Men in Tights was a significantly better movie. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It was. I'd say Blazing Saddles. You know what the problem with Blazing Saddles was? It wasn't long enough. I think it needed another half hour in that movie.
All right, that's a take. I'm not saying it's a good take, but it's definitely something.
I don't know. It just felt really short. I don't know.
You've at least seen like Tropic Thunder and stuff like that, right?
I have not seen Tropic Thunder.
You
but I
want to
would
know
love
why
to.
it felt really
God
short?
damn it.
You want to know why it felt really short?
Why?
Because the movie entertained you from beginning to end. You lost track of time.
Well, Men in
You lost
Tights
track of
entertained me
reality.
from beginning to end. I've seen the movie like 6 times. I love that
I'm
movie.
just saying.
But no, I'm trying to expand my movie repertoire. I'm taking a film class. It's a philosophy of film. We watch Citizen Kane.
Okay, so yeah, it's making you watch shit movies then.
At least my
Citizen Kane's
professor
pretty damn
isn't
good.
horrible. He acknowledges objectivity.
There's a lot of good dialogue in it, but it's kind of hard. Like watching some of those older movies can be kind of a chore. Just like the
No,
sound
Citizen
design
Kane
and
didn't
stuff
even look
wasn't as
old
good.
to me. Like the camera work went on Citizen Kane was so good. It didn't look old. It looked like if you told me this was a modern movie that was just stylized, I would have believed him. I thought Citizen Kane was really
Well,
good.
that's because you've seen like 7 movies, but
I don't know. It just looks really good. But the first session in that class was literally we spent the entire class debating whether or not there's objectivity to arts and if film is arts. And it was funny because my professor was very heavily trying to get us to state that there is objectivity, but one of the students in my class was too stupid to realize that, and she kept arguing and kept saying things like, she said, "A movie is objectively good in my mind."
what?
Yeah. And then it gets better. She said that her favorite movie was X-Men First Class because of how it represented being discriminated against. And then she complained about another X-Men movie being way too sexist and objectively sexist.
You heard that from
So-
a woman? Once you said woman,
Well,
I knew I was about to hear
She
some
wants
bullshit.
to be a man. She's trying and she's failing.
Fuck.
Well,
Like,
it
you can
sounds
tell
like
she's
she's
on
objectively
testosterone, but it's-
retarded. But
Yes, she is. This unironically happened in a film class in college. I'm a senior.
People
She's a
make fun of
junior,
that
I
stuff
think.
all the time, and then when you hear about it, you're just like, these people actually exist.
These people
which
actually
is-
exist, and they're poor. And of course, somehow my professor, his goal was clearly to get us to understand that there is objectively good movies and subjectively good movies.
subjective. Yeah.
And I was the only person in the room of like 60 people to offer that perspective, even though he set that up at the beginning of the class. I hate college.
Why is objectivity and subjectivity being taught in fucking college? Don't you learn that in like first grade? Like,
You would be shocked.
No,
No.
it's the way they blur conversations. Like, dude, if you watch like college girls talk to people, they think everything is subjective. They literally
Okay,
do.
here.
It's like that's
Go
fucking crazy.
a Mahler video.
they're like, what
Any
I say
Mahler
is
video.
definitely happening, and it's like, but it's not though.
No, they're actually trying to teach it that
It happened to you
They-
one time. Everybody else never experienced that.
No,
Like,
the education system actually wants to teach subjectivity. They don't want people to believe in an objective reality.
Yes.
So the professor's
Mhm.
actually pushing
True.
against the mold. And then
Mhm.
most people believe that there is no such thing as an objectively good or objectively bad movie. They think movies can only be critiqued on the subjective level. That is the dominant attitude towards film.
Yeah,
And
because
it's-
this girl.
it's retarded.
No,
You're right.
I feel
This
like you
one
mainly
girl-
see those people. There's people like that, and you mainly see them in the comment section on videos because that's where you see some of the dumbest shit you've ever seen. There's like somebody coming out of the woodworks, just like it was the best thing I've ever seen, and it's like, then you've clearly never seen other fucking movies or something.
I think
There's just
everyone
no
says that
reasoning
about-
behind it. Like,
Dude, everyone says that about every new movie they see. If it's like just a casual, they'll say that about every movie. They'll watch a completely shit movie and be like, I thought it was great. You're
Well,
stupid.
I was looking at like one of Hold My DualShock videos earlier today, and somebody in the comments was just like, "Dude, Wakanda Forever was like one of the best movies I've ever seen," and I was like, "Oh, you've clearly never seen other movies then. Like, there's no fucking way you watch that and are like, this is the best thing I've ever seen." There's just,
I mean, you never know, man. People
I
are.
can't believe
love
that that's the reality you live in.
I
But
also want to
okay.
respond to Michael. The reason why a lot of people don't like Citizen Kane nowadays is because it's old, but it literally invented the vast majority of film technique.
I've never liked it. I hated it from the time I saw it the first time.
I thought it
Bored
was.
the
I
shit
really
out of
like the narrative as well. Because if
Bored
you
the
think
shit out of
about it, Citizen Kane is technically a perfect movie. It has zero plot holes because any plot holes that could arise is covered by the unreliable narrator.
I'm
We're
gonna
not
watch
doing
it and I'm gonna find you plot holes.
I'm
I'll
No,
find
telling
you
you,
you
plot holes.
literally cannot have any because of
I'll
the
find-
unreliable narrator.
you're gonna
I'll
find a
find-
dirty hole.
That in itself is a plot hole.
No, it is not. Unreliable narrator is not a plot hole.
To be told an inaccurate story.
Well, the thing is
How's-
it's about a journalist getting stories from different people, and each one is going to be unreliable and give incorrect takes.
All right, give me one moment here to set this up. All right, I found the article I wanted to cover here because I know Sci-Fax is big on the theater, like you guys are. So
Thank you,
guys
Michael. I'm glad we both agree.
okay, give me one moment. I gotta. We've been.
Oh, give
man,
me a
we
minute.
had
I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
If I man, yeah, we had a roller coaster of a show. And to be fair, I just wanted to just lightly talk about the Melanie stuff first because I'm saving all that stuff for the big leagues. You know,
Yeah, you
because
see,
I want to do it on a stream because it would get way more traction if I did a pre-recorded video of it. So it's not.
I want to talk about it, but I haven't been.
Well,
I haven't
what
felt
day do
well
you want
enough.
to do it?
Huh?
When you feel better, what day you want to do it?
No, but it's like I don't want to do a video now because time has passed. By the time I feel good enough to
Time's
record
passed.
again, I'm worried it'll be like Darnell said, too late. I don't want to be the guy.
It already is too late. It is too late. And look, here's why I say it's too late. For the situations like this, time doesn't determine. It is not the determination of if it's if it's a dead horse. The amount of people that have beaten on it have done it quicker than it would be if it was normal. Does that make sense?
I don't know, I
Like-
still think there's still a little bit of life in it.
Yeah.
It's
If you want negativity and drama, yes, I think it's been done to death. Like, look,
I'm
look,
saying, if you ever want to do it, just let me know because I'm almost done. So I should be probably getting it out this
and then
week.
I'm glad that we got to argue on live because I think arguments are a good thing and should be had, especially like what I think needs is one of the Johns and Melanie versus Hypnotic and Smash JT. They need to, all four of them need to get on a live stream and talk it out like men.
Dude, you know why that's not going to happen. You know why.
I do because
they can't even Hypnotic just asked them basic
Nope.
questions and they would just avoid them. If you already notice that in someone, not even just talking about them, if someone doesn't even want to answer basic questions, you don't even need good faith or bad faith in a conversation. That person is just not someone you want to talk to.
Look at it
That
this
is
way.
just a waste of time.
If
you
you
know?
watch EFAP, and I've seen a lot of EFAP because I really enjoy their contents.
I only fap on Tuesdays.
Yep. They do a lot of reaction videos because they're not reacting to attack the person, they're reacting to attack the point or just react to the point. And a lot of times the creator of the video will catch wind that they're being covered and will actually come on the stream for 30 minutes, an hour, and actually talk through it. And the people who do that get a lot more respect than the people who pitch a fit online or ignore them.
No, I agree with you on the fact that you should have conversation. But the thing with a lot of situations that arise with this is like, the thing is, if I never asked to have a conversation with you, why do you want to? It's like, so some of the topics covered, it's like, did they even want to have a conversation with her? It's like, I didn't, because what are they going to do? Come on stream and bullshit you? That's a waste of time. You know what I mean?
How about we get both Johns and Melanie, and it's versus Hypnotic, Smash JT, and Madam Savvy. Man. That's what I want.
Also, the thing you said earlier, you're like, how was it arguing if you're just having a conversation? I don't consider things arguing if we're just having a conversation. Arguing is like if you're like actively, I would say, yelling at the other person, trying to scream over them.
Semantics. I think that's just semantics.
Yeah,
I hate you.
I think the definition of argument is definitely subjective because argument. Yeah, what argument to you is an argument to other people. It's understandable.
Do I sound bad now?
I don't know
'Cause
the
my voice is starting to
the
go.
drama content, like when
Horrible.
people start
You sound
drama farming and
terrible.
doing that shit, I just tune out. I
Yeah,
don't watch
like-
any of it.
Yeah.
It's so boring. Like I'm like I don't fucking care. Like
You
All
you
right,
need
then
to go to sleep.
I think I'm gonna drop out and do that. I think I'm gonna head out and go to bed.
Well, you sounded
All right,
good
then.
for the good majority of the time, so I
Yeah.
guess you got the
Yeah,
this out of
man,
your
you did.
throat. So, anything you want to plug before you leave?
I
Bunch of
don't know
dudes.
how long it's gonna take me to kick whatever this is. As you guys can tell, probably I sound like shit right now. So whenever I kick this, I'll be back to my daily uploads. I had just gotten back to uploading daily, and then I get this. I'm like, I can't record like this. So that's fun. You guys, yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna see how long
The
it's
voice
gonna
matter.
get better. I don't think even that can fix it. But you guys have a good night. Sorry, I
Later,
took it
man.
really
Later, man.
Take it easy.
have a good one, dude.
Well,
Get better, dude.
Get better. Yeah.
All right. I'm glad.
So
that
what
is
all
this
is
topic?
on.
Let's see
Well,
this
I-
topic you said I'll be interested in. Let's see what it is.
It just
We're
says
talking about
movie
the
theaters.
movie
I'm
theater. We're
confused.
talking about the movie theater experience. So,
Oh, yeah. I can definitely comment on that. I go at least once to maybe sometimes twice a week, depending on how
Save it.
many
Hold
things
it.
drop out. Yeah.
Save it. Save it.
save what from my butthole?
No, I want him to save it because
You know what's
that's
crazy?
good. Save it.
Is that no? You know what's crazy is during the show, he actually only started sounding worse than what he was literally at that moment. Everything else, he
Yeah.
sounded completely just the same.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He was like, "Hey guys," and then all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Sound like it was like gargling syrup or some shit. But all right. Hey everyone, I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoy it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the movie theater experience. So as you guys already know, I go to the movie theaters pretty often if I can, barring my work schedule. You know, I even have a series now where I do episodes of like, you know, full day of going to the movie theater. And in that series, you know, I talk about a day where I just go to the movie theaters and have some fun when watching a movie. But as you guys know, as far as the movie theater experience, you know, a lot of people really don't go to the theaters anymore. And there's a lot of reasons for that, you know. But Cyfax here, you know, does go to the movie theaters even more than I do. So I'll ask you, man, before we start covering what is in this that we're going to be going over, what do you think the movie theater experience can improve on?
What can it improve on? Oh,
Yeah.
geez. Not letting people with kids go into R-rated movies.
Yeah.
You know how many
I
times
agree.
I see that shit? It's so goddamn often. It's like, dude. So the weirdest one that happened to me was the Equalizer 3, right? So I go to Equalizer 3, and these people bring in like a 3-year-old who's just walking around. And if you've seen Equalizer 3, within the first like 10 minutes of that movie, there's like extreme gore and all sorts of craziness going on. And there's just a kid sitting there just like glued to the screen. And I'm like, they're at least 3 years old. And I'm like, what are you doing here? But I have a lot of experiences like that where it's
I'll give you guys some famous
and
ones. Deadpool, the first Deadpool movie, when it dropped, families were like, oh my God, I took my kids to go see the first Deadpool movie. It wasn't like the other MCU movies. It's like, did you not see the trailers?
Did you not see rated R? Like, and I think it dropped on Valentine's Day too, which was kind of also
Yeah.
another joke with it. So people just didn't get it. They were like, "Oh, this is a Valentine's Day
Oh,
movie." It's like, no, it's not. It's
Andy
absolutely
Muschietti's
not.
It movie, Chapter 1, not Chapter 2. Families are like, oh, I took my kids to go see It Chapter 1. Why are you doing that? What's wrong with you?
Have none of you read the books? Even
Books, the trailers? There's trailers to these things now.
Oh, dude, the books are very controversial. Like in the book, there's literally like a child orgy. So
Good
that
Lord.
happens. Jesus,
Yep.
it's really bad.
I think for movie theater experience, the thing that I always say, even in the series of Full Day going to the movie theaters, and when I've talked about it on these shows, movie theaters need to start movies on time. And what I mean by that is basically give me like 3 trailers, a few ads, started on time. Because the biggest problem with movie theaters, if you don't know, there's families though. You guys live on the East, well, Darnold's on the East Coast, but a lot of people that I know live on the East Coast, right?
I'm
They're
in South,
taking,
but yeah.
if they want to take the kids out, you know, movie starts at like 5 for us. It would start at 8 for you. There's school nights,
So
movie. Yeah, like
It's
movies
20. It's
themselves are
25 minutes. It's 25
hold
minutes
on.
of previews, even out there like on
But,
basically every movie.
time zone doesn't matter because in the East and the Pacific, the movies start at the same time. Like they start at 11
absolutely.
o'clock in the morning here.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah,
like
But the thing is, like, you're trying to get your kids to school in the morning. This movie starting like 30 minutes later. It's like, whoa, what is this? Why
There's
can't
been
movies just start on time?
many days
know?
I could have gone to a doctor's office in a city from here. It's like a 45-minute drive to the city with a movie theater. I could have watched a movie. If the movie started at 11:30 and it started at noon, which means it ends at 2:30, I got to be back here at 2:30 to pick the kids up off the bus.
Yeah, and I get a lot of people don't agree with me. And I get a lot of people don't agree with me on that. And it's part of the experience to watch trailers. Guys, you could get 3 trailers and some ads and you're fine. Start the shit on time. I forgot, there were some movies I was watching some years ago. Motherfucker movie started 25 minutes later. That is ridiculous.
So I go down to Burbank 16. It's one of the biggest theaters here in California. And there's like a movie meetup group. I go with like Chris Gore, Dante, DA, and sometimes like Latino Slant pulls up Pauly from there. Like there's a bunch of people out in this area, and we all meet up there for mainly a lot of the bigger movies. And we were going there pretty much every week for whatever was going on. And everybody would leave when the movie time would start, and they'd be like, "Hey, aren't you coming up?" And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna get another beer." And I would grab another beer, and I would sit there and drink my beer in about 20 minutes. I'd get up there about 2 minutes before the last little preview would go, and because that's how freaking long it's, like 25-minute wait time. So they're sitting there watching the previews, and I'm like, dude, for one, I already know you guys have seen all these. Why are you guys going up there that early? And they do it every time, and I'm like, so I'll just sit there alone, just like I'll drink my beer on my own for a minute, man.
There's been times that, because we see all these trailers anyway, I know a lot of other people do. These trailers have millions of views. I know they've rewatched them more than one time. To be fair, I'll get one little caveat. The trailers do look better on the big screen. I'll give them that. It sounds better.
There are some trailers I will like actually go a little bit early for, because I know it'll be playing, because I'm like 28 years later, like that trailer was fucking awesome. That trailer is dope. And then I was like, I want to see this on the big screen. So when I knew I was going to whatever the next horror movie was when that trailer dropped, I was like, okay, I'm going to go early so I can catch that trailer. And sure enough, it looks awesome on there.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
That's just my biggest thing. Movie says it starts at 6. That shit better be starting at least 6:10. 6:10.
Yeah.
That's enough time.
Look, okay, we have the internet now. I guarantee, look, there's not been one movie that I have gone to in the last 6 years that I saw the trailer for the first time in a theater. Not one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Every trailer is seen at home, on my phone, at the doctor's office, waiting for the kids to get off the bus, wherever. I've seen the trailers. We don't need 30 minutes of trailers. We don't need 20 minutes of ads, because some movies I'm going to started 50 minutes late because 20 minutes of ads, 30 minutes of trailers. And I get what Ars is coming from. Like he likes it. That gives you time to get there. That's not like that's a Gen Z problem. They get there late. Millennials, most of them get there late.
You should want to start things on time.
Yeah, I've just straight up adapted. Like I'm about 15 minutes. No, not about, probably about 12 minutes from my closest theater that I go to weekly, basically. Mm-hmm. And if my movie starts at 7, I literally don't leave my place till 7. Mm-hmm. Like it's gonna be like, oh, the movie is starting. It's like, no, it's not. Like, I have time to drive there, park my car, walk up, go get a drink, do all that stuff, take a piss, whatever I'm gonna do. And then I get there and there's like there's still like the Anna or the Nicole Kidman thing playing before.
Because right now for a lot of this stuff, people usually go, as a saying for the movie theaters, it's 15 minutes of previews. That is my 25. Cutoff right there. Anything after 20 minutes. Is like, like there's theaters that are doing 20. It's ridiculous. So if you have a family, or let's say you're trying to take out a significant other, what if your significant other has to work the next day and you guys are out until like 10, 11 o'clock watching the movie? It's like, dude, that just gets to be a thing where
in your early 20s, like ours of age, it's fine, doable. You generally don't have a family. You know, staying out till 2 a.m. was something you did. Like we'd go to a movie, we'd sit in a parking lot for an hour and a half. Deconstructing the movie, hanging out and talking about it, then go find a 24-hour donut place and eat donuts or sliders all night talking about it.
Well, and if people aren't going as often as someone like me, like I'm used to it now. I know what to do. But like, say if I wanted to go to a movie at 6 o'clock, I know the movie's only an hour and 35 minutes, right? It's like, okay, then I'll make a reservation. Say you're going out on a dinner date. It's like, I'll make a reservation for 8. That actually doesn't work now because, well, there's actually 25 minutes of fucking previews. So you're getting out when your reservation is due or whatever. So now you got to adjust for all that stuff. Little things like that can be really annoying. I mean, usually especially with certain movies, it's like I just go on my own. I don't worry about those things. But if I'm sitting there trying to plan out a whole night or whatever, that can throw a huge wrench into your plans.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go on. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was gonna say, in addition to that, because I agree with you 100%, cut down the trailers or get rid of them altogether. I mean, like you said, play a couple of them, fine. It still gives that movie theater feel.
The one thing that I did like that they did recently was that if you go to certain movies, the before the movie even starts with the opening, credits of like the studios that produce it, the actors will thank you for coming to the movies. I've had it so many times happen to me. That's cool. I like that. It makes you feel like, I don't know.
It was cool at first. I find. Now it's like they're pandering. Like they don't really give a shit.
I think they have to do it now because they realize how many people don't go to the theaters anymore.
It's not genuine.
WZ is like, just add 30 minutes. It's easy. It's like, yes, sure, that's easy for someone like me. I go all the time. Or the people that you probably see on here, we go to the movies more often than your regular person does. Regular people they're not aware of a lot of that. If you don't go all the time, all of a sudden you go and you're like, what the hell is this? Why am I sitting here for almost feels like 40 minutes before the movie started?
Four. You have families of isn't the average family what, 3 kids, 2 kids? Bro, that's just, you gotta get them ready.
Dude, you're looking at $100 too for
ride,
movie
theater,
hold on,
gas, all that shit.
Movies now, I go out, I get a popcorn, a hot dog, and a drink. It's like it's a thing I always do.
$40 easy.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna get that was the other problem I got with the movie going experience. Now the hot dog's eaten, half the Coke is drank, and half the popcorn is eaten before the movie starts. So now I run into I gotta piss, or I gotta go. I gotta run. Ticket number 2 or whatever. It like just cut down the fucking trailers with money. I used to go to a movie with a $20 bill and come when I was younger, come home with probably $5 in my pocket. That's movie, Coke, popcorn, and even a candy. For me to go to a movie, just me on a matinee, it's about $45. Popcorn's $15. A drink is $12. Tickets is $11.50.
Aren't the tickets like $15 in some places?
Well, here for a matinee, it's about 11.
For Dolby, it's like $25.
Yeah, IMAX tickets cost a lot of money too.
I don't go to any of that. I go to the basic.
Yeah, me too. I
don't need IMAX. I don't need Dolby. I don't need 4K. I can see the movie and enjoy it just fine.
Just regular screen.
See what I have? So AMC is one of the bigger ones out here in California.
Yeah.
So I have the AMC pass. It's $25 a month, and I can see 3 movies a week. So I can see 12 movies a month for $25. So for me, as long as I go to 2 movies a month, because even if I don't get it, and it lets you do the IMAX or Dolby, whatever's available, you can do any of it for that same price. So for me, it's worth it because I'm seeing minimum 1 movie a week.
If I had a theater near me, I would get that. I used to have it when I went to the theater all the time.
Yeah.
Before I got married, I was always at the I had to pass. I was going to 3 movies a week constantly.
I know people have talked about movie quality, not the theaters, the actual movie quality going down. People have to understand, if people can replicate a similar experience at home with their own home setup that they'll just invest the money into, they'll just do that. Like, hey, I love going to theaters. I generally really do. I love sitting in there. Even if I'm by myself, I'll enjoy it. But if people just have their own home theaters now, it's definitely not going to go. So you have to improve the theater experience.
That's also, that works and that's cool and all. But especially if I go to like the Burbank 16, like I was talking about, if I go down there, I'm almost guaranteed, even if the movie is not that great, I'm guaranteed a good experience because for one, it's always packed. There's a ton of people, and even if it's a mediocre movie, like one of my favorite experiences I had in the last couple of years was that movie Thanksgiving. It's not that great of a movie, but the crowd I went with was into it. So everybody's fucking,
that happened with
every kill, everything
movie,
about it was just so fun.
Island.
Like I was like, that was awesome. And so I remember I came home and I told my friends about it. And then when it came out on like Netflix or some shit, I was like, oh, dude, we got to watch this. And watching it at home, I was like, oh, it's just not as good, man. Because you don't have 200 people around you amping everything up, And I was like, okay, so that experience was worth it. So that's what you miss when you do it at home. Like it could be like, it's
I
not that
used to
great.
miss that. I used to miss that. Now when I go to the movies,
When
I
you
don't
have
like I don't like packed theaters. A lot of it, and I know it happens, doesn't happen often, but like you get some idiot go shoot up a theater or does something stupid, or
yeah,
having to just
there's
share
always
the space.
stupid shit.
Had to share the space with up to 200 people who stink or who won't stop talking or who won't do this and won't do. I always see Deadpool Wolverine by myself. Yeah, it was about half full. Everyone in that theater was dead. I screamed. I got excited. I laughed. I enjoyed it. And I walked out feeling stupid because I reacted to the movie. I prefer watching movies at home. I got a comfortable recliner. I got a big screen TV. I got popcorn. For the price of a popcorn at the movie theater, I can get a case of soda, a box of popcorn, and whatever chocolate covered almonds I want, and it's the price of one popcorn. Turn my lights off. I got a good
for me, it's just one specific theater that we all kind of go to, and when I go to that one, I almost know I'm gonna guaranteed to have a good time.
Yeah.
And so I save that for the big releases, like a Marvel movie. Even if I remember, even when we went
Captain
and saw
America 4.
we went and saw the Marvels, and I wore my make Marvel Mail Again shirt, and there was dudes out there trying to interview people. And they pulled me out, and they're like, "Oh, what are you about this Make Marvel Mail Again thing?" And like try to almost turn it into a gay thing. And I was just like, "So what's wrong with me being gay then, huh, dude?" And they had to shut up real fucking quick. Like they were like, "Oh shit!" Like just because I don't look like that in person or whatever, but I flipped the script on them, and they were like, "Oh no, we got to cut that. We can't do that," because they were doing like they're trying to get gotchas on people, and I'm like, dude, I'm just here to fucking watch a stupid movie. Like I don't whatever.
All right.
But yeah, switched on them real quick, man. But yeah.
Theater owners plan to spend $2.2 billion to modernize and upgrade movie-going experience. Are they going to ever have okay, so I know we can't have movie theaters that are like fucking, what's the thing that V talked about a long time ago? Like those places where you go to have safe sex with prostitutes.
Huh?
It's the thing in fucking Texas where you can have legalized prostitution. You can bang
they have
a
it
girl.
in Vegas too. It's
Oh fuck! What I forgot what it's called.
The one in Vegas is called the Bunny Ranch. I know that.
The Bunny, yeah. Imagine if you have a Bunny Ranch in the theater. It's like, hey, I just watched this terrible Marvel movie. I need to go bang something. The girl's like, $100. All right, I just bang my frustrations out on her. Bunny Ranches in movie theaters. Make America great. Make movie theaters great again.
This pisses me off. Right here, this paragraph right next to me.
Oh,
Lord. Next one down. Pisses me off.
The 8 biggest theater chains in the U.S. and Canada announced Thursday that they plan to invest more than $2.2 billion to modernize and upgrade more than 21,000 screens over the next 3 years. The investment will cover everything from improved sound and projection to upgrading dining experiences. As theater owners work to keep movie going top of mind for audiences, some theater owners have been adding attractions like pickleball and zip lines in addition to upgrading their auditoriums.
Guys, look, I love ziplining. It's one of my favorite things to do when I go on vacation. Pickleball is fun to play. I'm going to watch a fucking movie. Don't make me pay $30 for a fucking popcorn and Coke. You want to bring people back? That's how you do it.
Oh, but keep in mind, they have to essentially charge a lot of concession because that's how they may make their money. And I agree with you saying it's a double-edged sword. That is,
dude,
I get it.
One of the theaters near me is they just upgraded it. It's in one of the malls that's close to me, and it's a dine-in seating. So they have a little tray that pulls out, and you can order your food through that. Which is it's kind of cool, but man, dude, they added cheeseburgers there, and a cheeseburger is like $22, and I was like, this is retarded, dude. And they look like AM PM style burgers, like they look like shit.
So $25 to $30 for popcorn and a drink. I get that's where they make their money.
Yeah,
make it 15, make it 17. Drop it down. Look, I promise you, these multi-billion-dollar theater chains are making enough money. And if they're broke,
they got bailed out. They got bailed out.
And if they're broke,
barely got
bailed
out by
enough money
a meme stock. Barely,
they got bailed out, and if they didn't manage their profits right to sustain for a few years, that's on them. They should not be putting that on us.
Oh yeah, a brothel. Yes, a brothel's fine.
Dude,
Hell
Brothel.
yeah.
Yeah, there you
A
go.
bag of popcorn seeds. A bag of fucking popcorn seeds. Those big ones are $15.
Yeah, and it's probably a day's worth of popcorn for them.
Yeah. You make that back with one fucking one sale of popcorn. And you got how many thousands of theaters and then shows you doing this for a day? Go fuck
Yeah,
yourself.
I don't. The only thing I buy at theaters anymore is usually all the theaters around me all have a bar in them, and they'll usually get me with a beer or two. Like I'll go and grab a beer while I'm watching something, which
did
I
it
think
once.
is pretty convenient.
Beer was $12. I'm doing it again.
It's $12, but it's like 16, 22 ounces depending.
I
And
don't care. I could get one of those at a gas station for like 99 cents.
Yeah, that's true. It's just
All right.
it's a convenience thing, man. If I've already been drinking before I go see the movie, and then it's like, okay, I might as well continue drinking while I'm watching the movie, because we always hit up like the Yard House or something beforehand, and it's right across. It's like 20 feet away from the theater, so it's just convenience.
All right. Across the industry, we're feeling that perhaps we've turned a corner. The audiences are coming back to the theaters. They are slowly but surely. I'll give you that. There's just a very positive kind of feeling about the future. Really? Oh, I don't know about that one, but okay. The upgrade plans come as the after effects of the pandemic and Hollywood strikes continue to affect the exhibition business, with summer box office totals running about 13% below last year. First of all, still blaming things on the strike and the pandemic is just no. That's actual movie quality hurting that shit. That's what that would play into. You know? Good
But
Lord.
you're talking about the theater going experience, and it's like it has kind of gotten worse. Like people just don't care. When I went and saw Den of Thieves 2, the two people sitting next to me and another person was 2 seats over. All three of them were on their phones the whole time with their brightness fully turned up. Like I put my shit on silent, and I always turn my brightness all the way down. So even if I do check it, it's not going to blow up in the middle of the theater. But these people they didn't give a shit. And I want to guess their ethnicity or whatever, their ethnicity. Sorry.
Now you're pulling a NASQUAC.
No, I'm thinking of too many words and I'm combining them all.
In addition, moviegoers often complain on social media that theaters are dirty or have substandard seats or projection. There was a dude that was jerking off to Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, you know, the quality of people going doesn't help either.
Like literally?
I'll say, so the theater that I go to that's the closest to me is actually the theater where Nicole Kidman filmed that little intro that she does for all the AMCs. It's that same exact theater. So it's actually really pristine all the time. Like it's actually pretty nice. So.
O'Leary says theater owners will focus on making sure the common areas, the lobbies, the concession areas are new and fresh and well maintained. At least the theaters that I go to, at least out of town, are always good and well maintained. Oh my God, chicken wings. Movie theater is just amazing. It's literally like eating out a girl and having sex. So fucking good.
Did that come with a side of watermelon too for you? Like,
hey, chili cheese nachos. When I lick them, it's like eating out my wife, who actually tastes good and sweet. It's making sure that the seats
your
are
wife
comfortable.
tastes like nachos. She has a problem, dude.
It's making sure that these seats are comfortable, and there's a whole range of seating options that are available to moviegoers. But now you get assigned seatings though, so that's not the biggest issue they should worry about.
You know what I've been seeing lately when I'm going? So yeah, sure, you pick your own seats and everything, but it's like I'll look up whatever the seats are and I'll find. I try to find one kind of either on my own or away from people or whatever. Sometimes it looks packed, but even when I went to Den of Thieves 2, it was like there was 2 people, then me. There was like a couple, then me, and then there was an empty seat, one person, and then the whole rest of the row was almost empty. But when I looked it up online, that whole thing was packed. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? There's like 10 people missing in this row. And I was like, why am I sitting next to this random couple? I'm sure they don't want me right next to them while they're trying to do their couple thing or whatever, you know, being on their date. And I'm like,
canceling their.
So I just moved on to like, you know, the open seats later. Once, you know, I wait like 20 minutes to make sure nobody's coming in. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna move over there on my own because this is ridiculous.
Making sure that all of those things exist and that you have good lighting. Yeah, the lighting could improve. I'll give you that. Good signage but also in the actual auditorium itself, that you have great sound and great projection. The
Wait,
theater chains.
Dude,
Yeah, go ahead.
Dolby is actually pretty awesome. I'll tell you, man. Dolby's
Okay.
pretty sick.
not knocking that. On that note, if someone enjoys it, fine, great, awesome. But go back 1 second. The fucking signage. Well, how much signage do you need? You walk in, the person takes your ticket, or they scan your phone. Oh, you're theater 6. To your right, theater 6.
You
Walk
can
down
buy
the
tickets
hall.
online.
There's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hold on. You get to the hallway, turn right. You look for the theater with the fucking 6 in front of it. Signage should not be a factor in any of this. Oh, we're updating our theater, so you got better signage. It's a fucking. I'll go take a sheet of paper, write the numbers, and put them on a goddamn wall. There's your signage. Save your money, put it somewhere else.
Dude, you could have somebody like just tagging a door with a number on it, and
Exactly.
it would work.
could
People
scan
would be like,
QR
"Well, this
codes.
looks like a crack house door, but I know what theater it is."
But it's number 6, and this is where my movie is.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
and apparently it's owned by some guy named MSK. It's weird, but this fucking guy's tagging shit. No, like,
The theater chains that reported their investment goes to NATO are AMC Entertainment, Regal Cinema, Cinemark, Cineplex, Theater Corps, B&B Theaters, Harkins Theaters, and Santikos Entertainment. NATO projects that theaters will use the funds for laser projection technology, immersive sound systems, more comfortable seating, state-of-the-art air conditioning, lighting, signage, and carpeting.
Why? Carpet? Oh, what? You mean in the fucking hallways carpeting? Okay, yeah, get some cheap fucking ugly looking carpet. In the theater, you don't want carpet. People spilling their fucking drinks there. You make it hard on your employees
That's
to
the
clean
worst.
up.
I think, yeah, I forgot. I would say get tile, but there's kids there that might slip and have an accident, so carpet is the better option. But I don't think the better carpet's the reason more people don't go to the theaters. That's just stupid.
they're not using like rugged carpet. It's like really
They're
thin.
pretty smooth.
And
They're thin, smooth. Yeah.
This may be me, the kid of the 80s. That smell of wet carpet makes the theater experience. It enhances your theater experience. Because I remember going to movies as a kid and having the smelly carpet, and I'm like, man, the smelly carpet and popcorn smell fighting each other, it brings back great memories for me as a kid.
I just hate when people get when they get their hot dogs and they load it with like all the relish and shit, because that shit just fucking it ruins it for me. And it's there's so
Relish
many
is
times where it's
disgusting.
like the one guy who buys the hot dog is always sitting right next to me. I'm like, you motherfucker, every time.
Consumers
Again,
today
are you
are
Like
very
when they buy
demanding.
pizzas and stuff, that's great. I don't mind that at all. That's fine.
Here's-
That and
yeah.
a bunch of popcorn, awesome.
Hey,
no
man.
problem. It's that
No, if I
goddamn
go to-
overstuffed
If I go to the movie
hot
theaters now,
dog
dude,
that they just load with too much shit.
if I go to the movie theaters now, I can't do hot dogs. I don't even do popcorn at the movie theaters anymore. I just do the regular things I get. I'll even take ice cream at the movie theater. I'll get an ice cream sandwich before I get popcorn. Give me some chicken. Give me some fucking nachos. Yeah, fucking hell. Give me the brothel. Give me the women. Just kidding.
Dude, I've seen women straight up pull out like full on dinners that have like tinfoil around them and just like,
Yeah, I've seen it too.
they just
Yeah.
bust that shit out of their purse, and I'm like, all right, that's kind of the right idea. That's actually not
Yeah.
bad. Like one of my exes, like I specifically remember this one time. Usually we'll bring like a bottle or some shit, but she's like, "Oh, I got drinks," and I was like, "Okay, cool." And we get there and she brought in like a 6-pack of beer, and I'm like, "Dude, you really want to be cracking beers at in the middle of the theater?"
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why
The
the fuck
flood.
not?
Oh, yeah,
Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Flood-
I would sit there and wait
flood
for
is
like
too. Totally
like a punch or a crescendo in the music, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll try and time it. It's
It's
no
quick, it's a
problem,
quick-
but it was just a funny thing. Usually, it's like, okay, we got a flask or we got a bottle, and you can
Mhm.
just twist it. So, like, I don't like to be loud. Like, so I'll try
It's
to
like a Family Guy
not
meme
bring
when
like
he's just
chips
eating
and stuff
chips
like that. I
loud.
try not to do that. Yeah, like I don't like to do
Yeah.
that. I try to be respectful of everyone else because I'm hoping they'll do the same for me. Obviously, that's not always the case, but I try to do that. So I'm like, I hope
So-
other people will, but
So tell me
it's
why
not
you
always
enjoy
like
going to the movies again?
I don't put hot dogs in my mouth. That's just
well,
me.
because that doesn't happen all the time. Like
I'm
it's-
joking. Those are reasons why I like to stay home.
All right.
if I go I go minimum
Holy
like I
shit,
said
you guys
once
are
a week.
crazy.
If I'm going for 52 weeks out of the year, basically,
Yeah.
I'll have like maybe 1 or 2 bad experiences. So that's a pretty good average.
Consumers today are very demanding and they want to have a range of things that they can do in any given setting. O'Leary said in some cases that means adding more attractions to keep moviegoers busy at theater complexes in addition to dining and cocktails. Dining is fine though. If you have one of those AMC theaters or something, it's fine already.
You want to put a restaurant inside? Great. Awesome. Fine. You got a little bar inside? Sweet.
They have
We
Starbucks
don't need
inside them now.
right. We don't need zip lining. We don't need fucking pickleball. You got a little arcade? Perfect. That's a movie theater. That's a
And
movie
you don't need
going
all that
experience.
kind of crazy like literally outside of every theater around where I'm at, right outside there's a Yard House, a Buffalo Wild Wings, something around those lines, some type of food place that has like a happy hour before your movie starts. So you go there, you get a couple drinks, you get like, happy hour nachos or some shit. And you go there first and then you go to the theater. So you don't need all that at the theater for almost $30 more for like way worse food too.
Yeah. Today's consumers rightly demand the best possible experience when they visit our theaters. Okay, so what people want, just a general thing, all of that other stuff we read, it can go either way depending on who you are. How about a phone policy in the movie theaters? I'm not saying you can't answer your phone.
To me,
You guys, before you watch this next shooter movie, do you want to go paintballing inside the theater first?
Right.
Okay, great.
That's a little
let's do that.
a phone rule thing is a little too authoritarian to me. Like, you're not gonna fucking tell me what I can do with my phone. You don't make me turn it down, fair enough. Volume off, absolutely. But you're not gonna tell me when I can't put my
Because there are
phone
people
out.
that'll blatantly just get on a phone call and start talking. I'm like, bruh.
Look, I'm gonna go back to being a dad. If I'm in a movie and I get a fucking text message where it's on my phone or I see it on my watch, whatever, that one of my kids is hurt or something happened, and if your rule is you can't take your phone out, and I miss, no, fuck you. I'm gonna pull my phone out and check on my kid and leave if I have to. You're not gonna tell me anything other than turn my volume down.
The theater that's closest to me, it's in Porter Ranch. Porter Ranch is like a super rich area, like has all this nice stuff. There's zero fucking cell service over there. It's the weirdest thing, and it's been like that for almost like 10 years now. So you go into the theater and you can't even access your phone anyway. So I see people pulling out their phones there, and I'm like, I know you're not talking to anybody. Nobody has service here. What the fuck are you doing? So that shit's annoying as fuck.
Operating a theater today is a capital intensive operation. This investment of resources is the next step in our industry's ongoing commitment to ensuring that going to the theater remains a unique and special experience for generations to come. B&B Theaters has open locations that include pickleball, pictured above, and bowling and other activities. Bowling's cool. Okay. Yeah, that's
okay.
Okay.
Bowling's fun.
Okay.
Bowling is
Follow me here. You got a bowling alley with a huge movie theater screen. You paid a movie theater price to go bowling. That's something. That is something.
Yeah, if you get a free game or two of bowling,
that is something.
Sign me up for that one.
That is
down.
absolutely
That'll
something
be
I can
fun
follow.
as hell.
Like,
Yeah.
hey guys,
play a game of bowling while you wait for your theater or wait for your theater to open or your movie to open.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Or like that, or have the movie playing. But yeah, like you said, yeah, guys, let's go play some paintball. Oh shit, Jimmy shot his fucking eye out. He took his mask off and hit in the eye. Guess who's going home and not see our movie? Fuck that.
Yeah. O'Leary said
to see the movie.
O'Leary said he also is butthole in my. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking with you guys. O'Leary said he's also heartened by seeing the work that independent theaters are doing to revitalize their communities, such as New Canaan, Connecticut's Playhouse Theaters. It has a very unique feel to it, he said, including an upstairs members lounge with a bar. That sounds like a strip club.
That's normal,
cool.
though.
But yeah,
that's something normal. You add a bar in. Okay, fine. You add a bar in the theater. Hey, look, my beer's done. I'm going to walk right here behind. I'm in the upper section. I'm going to walk, grab a little beer, and come back. Understandable. It's not fucking pickleball.
Yeah. It closed during the pandemic. It reopened.
You want to go work out before the movie? Like, no.
Yeah,
I don't want to run for 45 minutes and then smell for 2 hours next to some guy who's also
laser tag in the theater would be fun. Hey, play a game of laser tag before you get your theater. Okay. They have brought it back to life, and it's a really special place. But so yeah, I would say things like that. Members lounges, starting movies on time. Bowling sounds kind of fun because a theater's light to drink anyway, So yeah, man, there's a lot of ways theaters can improve because they're going to be investing a lot of money to try and improve the experience. I'll say you're not going to make everyone happy with this because everyone's movie theater experience is different depending on who you are. If you're a dad, a mom, how many kids. But I'll ask you, we'll start with Darnell. Your closing thoughts on this for how movie theaters can improve?
This article will be the death of the movie theaters. Not the article itself, but what they're doing with this within this article will be the death of movie theaters. You're going to turn away families who go to a movie theater. Because look, I go take my kids to see Sonic 3, and there's a fucking zip line. They're gonna annoy the shit out of me. And in the theater, they're gonna say in the movie, why can't we go zipline? Dad, can we go after? Can we go after? Can we go after? No, but it's $10 more to go for each of you to go zipline. No, I already spent $150. Let's come watch this movie. You're going to turn families away. Yes, you'll keep and this isn't like a dig on you guys. You'll keep the single guys. You'll keep the single women. You'll keep the people who are just like a couple. You're going to keep that type of person. But you're going to lose the families, the ones who put a shit ton of money into your theater. The theater going experience to me is done.
They're already losing that just because it's pricing people out,
and they're going to lose even more.
Even like their theme parks and stuff are pricing families out, which is where families go. And it's like when it's $100 just for parking, you're like, dude, what the hell, man? For $100, I can take my whole family out to a steak dinner if you know a good place.
And yes, you got the end of the single women, the single men, or the couples who are like, oh, we're Disney fanatics. We go every week. Great, awesome for you. But you're also a minority. You're a minority.
Yeah.
Of go look. We went to Disney last January. My daughter's a Make-A-Wish trip, and there was very few single people. It was all couples. I mean, like families. It was mostly all families in January. I mean, for him, that's where your money's coming from. The movie theater, same thing. My kids, I talked them out of going to see movies. They are dying to see Sonic 3. They're dying to see it. I talked them out of it because there's absolutely no way we can afford it. They'll wait till it comes out streaming and we'll watch it here.
Yeah, probably.
I'll
use that site I threw in the private chat. It's already out there.
Yeah, when we're doing this, it comes out today. It said it was dropping today. Yeah,
awesome, perfect. We'll watch it this weekend if we don't.
$20, you can watch it with a family. There you
go.
So
$20. There's those websites we have.
We'll have each kid will get a huge. They call it crawfish peeling trays. They're big trays. Each kid will have a tray with numerous snacks, popcorn, a hot dog, and a drink. It'll cost us $50 for the whole experience, and we have a big TV, comfortable seating, and it's a comfortable.
If you need to pause it when somebody needs to use the bathroom, there you go. Bam. That's one of the big things too, especially
those pee breaks are underrated.
If you're drinking, man, like because usually I'll drink.
Why are you drinking, Skyfax? You're an alcoholic. Oh my god!
Once the first time, that's it. Once you be the first time you broke the seal, it's done. I'll just hang out in the bathroom all night.
So, Cyfax, what about you? Your final thoughts and opinions on how movie theaters can improve?
I mean, there's a couple things in there that seem like it could be a good idea. Like, say if you buy your movie ticket and they give you like, hey, you get a free game of bowling or you get like half off on bowling, something to incentivize you to go to something that's there. But how Darnell was saying, it's going to it's going to get families to not want to go there because of stuff like that. Hey, I'm already paying $100, $150, depending on the size of your family, how much food you're getting, all that stuff. Oh, now there's another thing here I need to go drop another $50 on. Nah, it's going to be like, I'm not going to do that because this is a $200 night out when it doesn't need to be. I can wait 2 months and do this for $30, $40, $50, whatever, like a quarter of the price. So it's kind of stupid when it comes to that. I don't know exactly how they can make the theater experience better with just the way they have it right now, other than to literally just lower the prices of stuff.
They're turning it to amusement parks.
Basically, yeah. They want to be a one-stop does it all type of thing. And it's like, yeah, but your one stop is costing me like half of my paycheck. So what the fuck? Like
Microsoft tried that with the Xbox One and it didn't go over well for them.
Yeah. It's like there's plenty of things to look at to see that this stuff doesn't work like that. Not everyone, like if I'm going to a movie theater, I'm going there to see the movie. I'm not going there to be like, enticed to go, even as much as I like bowling. I don't go to the theater because I'm like, hey, I'm going to the theater. What are you going to do? I'm going to go bowling. Like that sentence doesn't make any sense. So I get the idea behind it. I don't think it's going to work the way that they think it's going to work unless they have some crazy incentives or some type of like how I have the movie pass. If there's a pass, it's like, okay, for $50 a month, you can come in once a week. You get a couple games of bowling and a movie, something like that. That would entice people to go. And then it's like, yeah, our prices on our food and our popcorn and stuff is still ridiculous. But if you're here and you're here long enough, well, you're probably going to want to get some.
Yeah.
Whatever, you find a balance with something like that, but I don't think it's gonna work.
So for me, give me some brothels or a bunny ranch, hey, some hot sex after I see a movie, clean my dick out a little bit, drain the lizard, as they always say, suck on some titties, eat some vaginas. Sounds pretty good.
Real quick, WZ made a comment. The roller coaster in the theater. So going to Disney last year, the Guardians of the Galaxy ride is like a fucking roller coaster movie. Like the quality of the video while you're riding the coaster is insane. I could see a movie theater with a roller coaster. So you're watching a movie on your
I
car.
remember
while you're
they did
riding
that
around.
at they did that at Universal. Like I was dating a girl who worked there, and we got to go to the employee movie night or the employees only night type of thing before any of this stuff would release. And I remember like with King Kong when that one first came out, it's like you go on the tram and then it's like it's like a 360 experience and there's just shit coming at you and like they're spraying water and it's moving around. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And now they have other ones that are kind of like that too. But yeah, those are cool, but you go to those for that. I don't know if I want to go to the movie for that. They have those 4DX movies. I don't really like them. I don't like getting my head shaken around for 2 hours. Like,
oh, I hated doing it. Yeah, like when movies had certain characters come out, like the seats would vibrate. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that. But the last thing I'll say for this, yeah, just start movies on time. You know, I work at 9 to 5. I got a lot of shit I'm already doing, along with a lot of you guys. Adults, we gotta have shit on time. You know, if things don't start on time, it throws another thing off that you were trying to do. Yeah, you can't do because this thing starts later. And if you got a 2 hour plus movie starting 25 minutes late, that's already another big problem there too. Because you know, movies now are a little bit more shorter, like hour 30 minutes, hour 45. 2 hour movie starting 25 minutes late is unacceptable. So that's my biggest thing. Start movies on time, and I'll be happy because you know I always bring the girls. They always blow me during the theaters because they're trying to Netflix and chill. So hey, I'm not trying to, you know, I'm trying to keep them entertained. But thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel. If you have not already, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. We're signing out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. Man, that was a banger. Glad we had to drop Arza and Bob to get it.
Michael, they have smell-o-vision.
That guy doesn't go to the theater, so I mean,
yeah. He hasn't reviewed any movies on his channel. Crazy.
Michael, if you weren't listening, Sci-Fax said there's smell-o-vision. You could smell the guy's hot dog with all the shit on it, the pizza with the fucking jalapenos. They have smell-o-vision already.
Yeah, it's already there.
Yeah, no. Let me show you this really quickly because I think I saw it today. I should have bookmarked it.
You're gonna have smell-o-vision more when they start adding fucking pickleball and the guy gets in the fucking theater soaking wet with sweat.
Dude. Yeah, just like go run around for 45 minutes and then sit next to me for 2 hours. Fuck off with that, man. And are you giving me a stick of deodorant for free after?
Yes. And you know what comes next? The pickleball courts, pickleball leagues in the movie theater. So guess who's paying more just to fucking get in the theater to go play pickleball?
You mean dickleball?
And then they'll be like, hey, we got people. Let's raise prices again because we're here. They'll pay it anyway. It's never going to stop.
Theaters they're slowly pricing people out, and especially like you said, families. Like they've kind of already priced a lot of families out.
You covered it in the video anyway. Prices, man, the prices on some of the stuff is ridiculous. But I understand it because that's how you make your money. It's like
I'm not kidding though. For a popcorn drink combo is like $27.
And then you're paying where you're at. You said what, $11-12 for a ticket. So you're
looking at
you're looking at $40 for one person.
Yeah.
When you got what, a family of 4 or 5, 6? So you're looking at $200. Like
we would see the last 2 movies we would see, or 3 movies we would see in the theater as a family: Ghostbusters, Afterlife, Frozen Empire, and Spider-Man: No Way Home. All 3 went, all 6 of us.
God, gosh.
Each movie was well over $200-something just for the tickets. And then my wife was like, look, she was about the 3rd time. She's like, we're bringing our own snacks. We're sneaking shit in. I'm bringing my purse. And part of me is like, yeah, I get it. But part of me is like, fuck this. This is not a movie theater experience. We're just going to stay home and watch this shit a month or 2 after it comes out. Done.
Yeah. Yeah, especially, I mean, on top of that, there's plenty of ways to watch this stuff for free.
Yeah. Sonic drops today, January 21st.
So well, to be fair, I know it's the 21st now for me because it's midnight. A lot of those things are like on the 21st at 5 p.m. Eastern. It's like, oh, okay, come on. Really? You had to do, like, why can't you just make it midnight?
It's like, I'm at work, dude. The fuck?
Yeah. I'll be honest here. When it's ready and available to be digital release, it's coming up soon. So let me I have to ask, fucking hell, I have to ask Laps Comic Fan this question. So you guys give me a second here. You guys start for a second.
Oh, go for it.
WZ, perfect. Yep, I agree. The prices are more to greed. They're a necessity to a certain extent. The amount they've raised is because it's a greed thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this
Well,
CEO needs
Dan,
needs
they're
another
sitting
yacht.
there like,
Needs
okay,
another house.
this movie had, let's say they had 1 million people go to the movie, right? And it's like, okay, well, we used to be able to get away with that for, let's say, $15 a person. Like out here, it's more expensive in California. Let's say $10 a person. Okay, well, shit. Now we only have 700,000 people coming. Okay, let's raise the prices $5, and now we're still making the same amount of money, but we're having less people show up, and that's what's happening with like the box office numbers and stuff. It's like, oh, this movie made more money technically, but it's like, yeah, your movies also cost another $8 than your last tickets did when you tried to compare it to whatever movies out there.
So I'm pretty sure you saw this as like things people were reporting on a few years ago. So essentially, if you put a movie out in theater and then put it on streaming, it gets a lot more attention because the people that will wait for that movie potentially might sign up for that streaming service and maybe might pay for it when that movie drops. The problem here is like obviously you're going to cancel after that week, but you're shortening the theater windows. Like there's no reason why Sonic 3 should be coming to streaming services this fast.
Is Sonic Paramount?
Yeah, it's Paramount Plus. Yeah,
I'm on. Okay, I don't see it here.
You could easily find it on other websites.
I know. I'm just saying Sonic 3 is not available yet on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Well, some of them they'll release it to where you can buy it, and then like a month or two after that, then it's for free.
It's not. So
it's right now. Yeah. Because it said January 21st.
It's gonna be later today, like 5 p.m. or fucking 9 o'clock tonight.
Well, I've noticed they do that, especially if it's like East Coast timing. So if you're saying it's 1 o'clock over there, then it'll be like 3 o'clock for you or something. It's I've noticed they kind of tend to release stuff more on like the West Coast time, so everyone's getting it at the same time. Because if it released for you right now, for free, you could sit there, watch the whole movie, capture it, and then put it up somewhere before other people can see it out here. So they release it all in one shot.
Well, WZ, to be fair, I get Paramount Plus free with Walmart Plus, which we actually use the shit out of. We get a lot of discounts on gases, and we save a lot of money getting Walmart Plus.
Yeah.
We got Paramount Plus for free. Same thing with HBO Max.
Most of the big outlets are
to my cell phone.
All the big outlets are reporting that it's going to be January 21st. Yeah, it's set to have on digital streaming too. Yeah.
It'll be later tomorrow.
It'll be probably a couple hours.
Yeah, 3 o'clock when I'll be sleeping. Yeah, absolutely, of course.
Yeah, great.
Right on. Well, I'll probably rewatch it. I don't know. The first time I saw it, it was okay, but there's.
Do you think you're white?
I think I'm just not as much into Sonic as other people are. I'm like,
I'm excited for it because I like the movie. The first movies are good.
I like the first one. The second one, even though Knuckles has always been my favorite character. When they did the Sonic and Knuckles back when the Sega Genesis, when you had to do the double cartridge thing or whatever. Like, so he's my favorite character from then, but that was like the last Sonic game I ever played. So I don't have like a huge connection to it. I remember probably seeing.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
I feel like if you were a serial killer, you would have that demeanor.
I'll give you that. Sonic 2, it's hard for me to finish it in one sitting. It just feels like it's too long.
Yeah.
Really? No.
Sonic 3 is a little bit better paced. I'll give it that.
Okay.
But
the sister was way I'm sorry. The sister
they're pretty much not in the third one at all. Like most of the
sister's not in there at all.
The third one is much more just like the actual like the Sonic characters and Robotnik and stuff.
Okay.
Like there's not as much as the side characters or like
I like
human characters.
I like Mars and his wife. I like him. I like him.
Yeah, there's a small cameo from the sister, but it works well within the story that it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, it's not as bad as that wedding scene. That wedding scene was terrible.
Good God.
So you guys haven't watched them? Oh, I hate he's Common WZ and Michael L's.
They're pretty good, dude. To be honest, they're pretty good movies. A lot better than I thought they were gonna be.
Because the only criticism that people have levied is really weird. So they say this line.
I just thought Jim Carrey was funny. I thought he was annoying, and I usually like Jim Carrey.
So some of the people that have played the games in other Sonic games as well. They're like, well, his personality is different, right? his person, any Sonic media you watch, I feel like his personality is always different in general. Like Sonic in Sonic X, if you ever watched that show, I thought his personality was different there than the movies. I was kind of coming to expect he's going to act differently based off of who's doing the character. You know, as long as he's fun, energetic, uplifting, I feel like that's a consistent base for his character most of the time. You know, Sonic 3 was great. I agree. One of my favorite movies of 2024. And I can't wait to watch the fourth one coming out very, very soon. That's going to be a long time from now. It'll be about a couple of years, so it won't be that long, you know. So, yeah, we're going to wrap it up here in a little bit. We had a great show today. I had to carry Darnell and Cyfax and Arza and Bob, but, you know, it's what I do here. I carry most of you guys when it comes to the conversations. You know, Cyfax, he supports that bigot organization.
To be fair, it's quite an accomplishment considering you got smaller shoulders than fucking Tiny does, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not true. I've met Tiny. Her shoulders are very tiny. And
I have
body,
not, but I feel like my statement still stands.
Not even true. I'm taller, better looking, richer, and she always just tries to go after me every single time we meet. So she can't keep her hands off me.
You don't got to lie to kick it, man. I've told you this.
Explain why you're supporting that bigot, racist organization, Geeks and Gamers, sir.
Oh, because every time I met them, they've been pretty nice to me. So,
yeah. So you're saying Jeremy's not part of
I do the secret handshake. No, I'm not going to do that. Like,
so you're saying Jeremy is not part of the KKK, right?
I'm not discussing any of the dealings that go on behind the sheets. I mean, behind the scenes. Like,
also, I met Jeremy too. Pretty awesome guy. He's definitely
he was cool. I've met Ryan. I've hung out with Ryan more than him though.
Yeah,
he shows up and then he like does like the event and then he's like on it. He just immediately drives back to Florida.
Ryan himself will go hang out with the fans themselves at like whatever their after party bars are at. Jeremy doesn't really do it. When I saw him, he didn't do it. He would just go to the event after he's going home to go to the motel and go sleep or whatever.
The last one I went to with them, like at the end of their meetup, there is like we all went to like IHOP together and just hung out and just bullshitted. That was fun.
Are you going to the meetup this year?
I should be going this year as long as my schedule's open. I try it, like that's kind of the main one I've been going to every year because it usually falls around my birthday. I think they're doing it earlier this year, so it's not quite the same, but whatever. Gives me another reason to go to Vegas. I like going to Vegas. So
yeah. Hey man, if you want to get a hotel together, 2 beds, we can bring some girls over.
That's a little sketchy, but no, actually, I might be down to like I don't know, figure some stuff out with people. I don't know what day it is yet. I want to say they said it's going to be March this year. Usually it's in April.
Usually it's April. Yeah, I mean, if it's
March,
it's
like late April, middle of April, something like that.
Yeah, I wish they would announce it sooner. That way, I could already start scheduling the days off. If they don't, hopefully it's not too late because that's the thing. The scheduled days are already marked off in advance. I need to know when it's happening so I could talk and make sure I get those days. You know,
exactly. Yeah.
The girls can share one bed and you, MSK, can share the other bed. That's gay. That's just not going to happen.
So gay.
I was saying, you know, I hung out with G&D. They're all amazing. You know, people definitely have their cliques still if you go hang out with these kind of groups. But that's
yeah. There's a few people I know out there. Like whenever I go out there, I hang out with them and whatever. But it's like it does help knowing someone like Chris Gore because like I can show up and Chris is like, "Hey man, come here to the back," and I'm like, "Oh, I get to hang out with everybody." But now that I'm doing this stuff, it might actually help. Like I don't know, this year be able to network a little bit better. Like, no, I'm actually doing this stuff.
Chase. Are you going to cloud chase?
Absolutely.
You can be the one inviting people to the back.
Technically, I could probably hit them up, but I'm not going to sit there with 100 subscribers and be like, "Hey, man, get me on your shit." Like, no, I'm not doing that.
That's what you have to do.
DA was like, "Hey, man, you want to jump on?" And I was like, "Cool." So whatever.
Good God. But yeah, man, you got to have DA come on the show, but he's black, so I don't know if I will scare him, actually.
So he does his own stuff at like 10 o'clock on Tuesdays, Thursdays is his main time, and then Sundays. But other than that guy's usually busy. Like I don't hit up anybody. I don't sit there and talk to him. I don't know, make it a thing to be like, "Hey, are we doing this or not?" If people invite me to their stuff, they send me a link, cool, I'll jump on. But I'm not sitting there hounding people about it. Like, "Hey man, why are you doing this?" No. I'm not doing any of that. So,
Good Lord. But yeah, Uncle T, I gotta get that guy on. He said his email didn't work when I messaged him, so I told him to send me it again, and it worked. We'll have to make some happen. But more black people.
yeah, he mentioned you the last time we were talking. He was like, "Oh yeah, man." When you sent that super chat in, he was like, "Oh, what's up, MSK?" Whatever. He said something around those lines.
I can't believe
it sounds like he wants to jump on the channel.
I can't believe that man thought home was good. That's crazy. I know because you guys are talking about the MCU. There were some stinkers in the MCU. I get it. Like Phase 2 and 3, the cohesive nature of it is good. But there's like Iron Man 3. Like that movie's bad. Thor: The Dark World. That movie sucks.
That guy sits there and says he's like, dude, I won't even watch Lord of the Rings because I'm not into that kind of shit. And it's like, dude, it's still one of the best movies out there to begin with, like of all time.
Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Some of his opinions on stuff, I'm just like, you're not all there when it comes to movie opinions, but he's a good guy overall.
It's because he's black. That's the only reason why.
I just find his ranking system on women hilarious because that guy he's absolutely insane. But whatever.
Did Sydney Sweeney upload any new photos for us to look at?
They just dropped a 4K one earlier. I saw.
Fucking hell.
And she was looking banging.
Good Lord, she's looking like she need to get eaten out from the back or something like that. Would you do like from the front and the back? Would you do missionary or doggy style there first?
I like coming here. I don't want to get canceled.
Just keep telling yourself that, man.
Okay, this one, she knows what she's doing with this one. Look at, come on, man. What is this? Come on, man. She knows what she's doing with this one. Stop it. Come on, dude.
Look, she knows what you're doing all the time. She knows. She's not stupid.
I would have to take. I think missionary is overrated, but I would have to do missionary to her to see her reactions when I'm counting.
I went
so
to
it was a good Monday night, guys.
I went to the preview of Immaculate, and she showed up. She showed up to talk about it after, and I was like, God damn, that's a beautiful woman. Like, she is just as good looking in person.
People were ragging on her for like the without the make. She looks fine without makeup too.
She was dressed very like I guess you would say civilian. She's not sitting there in a dress or whatever. Like, just had like a hat on. Like, she looked very just normal, almost approachable in a bar scenario. Other than she's probably out of my league, but. Say, goddamn, she's just as good looking in person, man. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying, if people are like, I wouldn't bang her, yes, you would.
Yeah, you're just lying at that point. You're just lying.
Wouldn't bang her is either you're gay, or you like to take it up the ass, or you're just actually a loser.
No, they may have different tastes in what they like.
Oh, fuck off.
When
your taste, you know what? Your taste might suck then.
When you get older, that's subjective. When you get older, you'll start to realize that there's a little more. You don't feel as like, oh my god, I got a lottery ticket when you get a chick. It'll be more like a, hey, we compliment each other, awesome.
Do you guys think her tits are real?
Yes.
Don't care. Yes, but don't care.
I don't know.
No, I can actually agree I can agree with you on that, man. Like, I'm only 35, but I've gotten to that point where I'm like, dude, instead of just trying to go out every weekend and let's just say go and get some, I'm like, I don't really care anymore. I'm just like, I'm gonna wait and find somebody worth a damn, because it's like, let's just say I've racked up enough numbers to where I don't really care.
Your time
I've done my business.
Oh, hold on.
More valuable after you get older.
Your body counts like what, like 60 higher?
Let's just say it's over 40, less than 80.
Nice. It's like, nice. Mine's is, anywhere between 0 and 100. Let's just say that.
Well, dude, when I was doing music and doing the whole Hollywood stuff for a while, man, there's a lot of stuff.
I said girls were
live that lifestyle
in the back room. I said girls were pulling you back and eating your ass out in the back room.
Hey, man, that's all 12 years ago or so. So I don't really think about it.
MSK, as for your question about Sweeney, there's a way to tell. Many ways to tell if it's fake or not.
I figured too.
Easy ways.
Like a black light? No.
No, the way they hang, the shape, all that stuff.
I kind of figured they're real. It does look like they're real, so It's closer to 0 than 100, and by closer to 0, that means hey. This one I don't miss. Just putting it out there.
Just every shot he takes.
Well, you got to take the shot to miss or make it. And he's not taking the shots, so he doesn't miss.
Okay, this is. Oh, good lord, whatever. I'm not doing what you guys know. You guys.
MSK seems like he would throw air balls in hockey just because.
How's that possible? I don't know.
He'll manage it.
Fucking hell, man! Air
He'll
hockey.
figure it out.
Air hockey in the movie theaters. Dude, give me that. I love air
They
hockey.
have that already. They have it already.
You don't have that here.
All of it. They had it.
There are some that have arcades and stuff, and they have like the typical arcade games like air hockey and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Hard to miss when you don't shoot. Hey. Sleeping with 100 women is not easy. I don't have any STDs. I always pulled out in time. I always blew it in their chest.
Yeah, you could ask MSK who he heard that from, because it definitely wasn't himself.
Side facts, when you're about to where would you like to leave it at?
Not on this stream, that's for sure.
Oh,
shit,
God.
man.
Where would you? Yes, it would be on their chest. Walter, where else would it be?
In their chest?
It's gonna be in their chest, on their chest, dripping. What do you think? What, you guys are weird.
So tomorrow night I have a quiz trivia time with Quizmaster Darnell Quigley on YouTube.com/TriviaDQ 8:45 p.m. Central. I don't have the panel narrowed down yet, but I will have it up figured out probably tomorrow. Friday I'll be at insert title here, and then Saturday morning touch grass with Theo Snodgrass.
Right on.
Life X.
Well, usually Tuesdays, so tomorrow will probably be
I feel so bamboozled.
it'll probably be a nightcap on DA's stream. I tried to do a stream yesterday, so I'm trying to figure some of that stuff out. It actually went pretty well. I had I think at one time I actually had 10 people watching for some reason. I was just doing a test stream to try and learn how to do this stuff. And people actually watched. I was surprised. I was like, what the hell is going on? Why is anybody here?
You're surprised you had viewers and you had over 10 subscribers. That's how that would work.
Well, I wasn't expecting anybody to actually watch it. I literally titled it test stream, and then it was my picture with a bunch of fucking question marks around it. So I was like, whatever. But people showed up, and I just talked to the chat.
That is very intriguing. It would make me tune in if I saw that.
I mean, I guess it worked, but I just sat there just talking to the chat for like an hour. But I did realize it does help with the view hours, because my view hours shot up like a lot. I was like, holy crap, I need to do a lot more of these. So I'm going to try to get into that a little bit more. And then Thursday I'll probably be on with Hold My DualShock, and then Wednesday here and Saturday here, and then Sunday with DA. So that's about it. Oh, well, then I'm seeing Flight Risk on Thursday as well. So that's actually going to be a little crazy. I need to figure that one out. But yeah, so I'll do a review on that on Thursday. But that's about it.
Yeah, I'll try and hopefully get to the theaters to see something. I'm just busy right now. Holy crap. Because I like going. I'll probably just wait to get paid this week coming up and then just go on Tuesday next week or some shit like that. Maybe, depending on my schedule, because I got a lot of things to do. Having sex with a lot of girls is not easy.
Real quick, has no one noticed my name was Quizmaster Darnell Quizmaster for the last 2.5 hours?
No.
I just saw it. I just fixed it.
Oh.
Sorry.
You should do Quiz Darnell Master Quigley.
I would get confused.
Master Quigley.
I would so get confused.
Just every single time, mess with the order of it and see if anybody notices. See how long it takes somebody to point it out.
Gosh. I just don't know what to do with you guys. You guys clout chase so hard. It's just almost impossible. So, outside of having sex with women constantly, because I'm essentially the Charlie Harper of our group. I get all the ladies. I'm rich and successful, banging women out, let them go.
Just like all the women you talk about, nobody knows who you are.
On.
No.
Yeah. I just signed up to get roasted on my own show. Yep. What is there to do besides have sex with women? Because that's pretty gay. If we're looking at how gay it is to have sex with a woman, that's kind of overrated, right? Now it's time to just have sex with dudes.
Just when you constantly bring it up, that's
Well, I
what's
mean,
gay about it.
it is Tuesday now, so
Yeah,
Tuesday is gay is the day for
it is time to bring out your limp wrist. Yeah. Like, oh my god.
Ugh. Oh my goodness. Let's go tango. Oh god, man.
Let's
I am
go.
not gay. I am hilariously straight.
Let's go. We got cocks and s'mores.
Yeah,
God.
it's a joke how much he believes he's straight. That's what it is. That's the joke.
I can't stand you guys. I hate it, man. Donald Trump became president, and you guys are just not happy. You sound like some leftists right now. Give me a sec. So, yeah. What else? Do I have to plug anything beside my wife?
I heard light the first time, so I know where that was going.
If you plug your light, holy shit!
I mean, I'm sure Japan has a light you can plug.
I don't want to plug any flashlights. I'll just jizz on my carpet. But
Again? No.
The dance studio downstairs said they're tired of the leakage through the ceiling. They asked you to stop.
Gosh,
Gonna have to use a jackhammer to remove that carpet, dude. Like, what the fuck?
the carpet's gonna shatter.
Michael's no.
He has to fucking use ice skates to get to his kitchen, dude. Just like
Running like Ezra Miller as the Flash.
James is gonna end up just look at it like that. Burn the fucker down.
I'm trying to
Does it
get
have roaches or rats? Like, it's worse. It's so much worse.
Burn it down.
There's little MSKs running everywhere. Just burn it down.
Literally just
It's like, why was this condemned? Be like, you don't want to know.
good lord. I was saying, hey man, I've been so successful at life that people are just looking at me, just don't going like, damn, how could I be that guy?
Did you get a raise at Target? No.
Dude, Target makes some good money, dude.
I'm just saying, people work at Walmart.
We're in,
Target,
we're in
good money.
California, so about anywhere makes decent money. You just don't get good hours usually.
Yeah. What's crazy is you work at Target and Walmart, you get some great benefits too. I can see why people work there forever. It's pretty good at some baseline job. You can just move up.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with it, honestly.
You move quick too. I know people who started and within like 2 months were like fucking managers. Because people
And you make like what, like 30, 40K a year. That's pretty good.
Dude, no. Depending on I know the here, which is like a lot less, income than your state. The store manager is 100,000.
Oh, you're right.
The store manager below is like 60, 50, 70, depending on what level you are.
So, as you guys know, for me, my biggest goal of 2025, as I mentioned in other shows, consistent content in a shorter time frame. I've been working on putting out consistent content for my comic book channel, as well as this channel. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing another comic book review with the Lapsed Comic Fan because Professor Savage Dad is out of town until the end of the week. So hopefully we can do our show on Sunday, which is the plan. If you can't do it Tuesday because he's out of town, we'll just do it the same week on that Sunday after the Cloud9 podcast. So I have Lapsed Comic Fan, so you guys can still have your show on Tuesday. We'll be reviewing Green Arrow Reunion Volume 1. If not, he's going to be pretty mad because I got to go find the book, actually. It's literally over there somewhere. I just have to go find it and read it before the show. So that's essentially it. What else do I got? Yeah, just consistent content, doing more league streams as much as they can. Going to try and upload the rest of the Cloud9 podcast episodes to the podcast platform, then the rest of the Iron Man podcast episodes, and then the MSK show episodes will be on the podcast platform as well. So, yeah, we had a great show tonight. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK show. We'll see you guys later. Have a good